This week's episode of the Realest Podcast Ever is sponsored by nobody at all.
Dan was setting up.
Dan is up.
All right.
We still don't have theme music, so we just gonna go right in.
What song do I like
a
this
young
week?
boy after the prom.
What's my favorite song this week? Laugh Now, Cry Later. I perform a little bit of it as the intro, I guess.
Let's do it.
Please do not play that little boy in the club because we do not listen to rats. That's all I got.
All right.
Best part of the song?
And then,
Definitely the best part.
And then, what's another part? Oh, the line nobody caught in there. The distance between us is not like a store. This isn't a closable gap. That was a nice little.
He was podding right there.
That was a nice little.
he got a yay.
He said, I moved out of the, what hotel did he say he was staying in?
Moved out of the Ritz.
Moved out of the Ritz, forgot about the bed. Valet calling me, telling me come get it. Like, you know, AI did that shit. AI
he left a car
sold
in
the
his
house
crib.
to Matt Geiger, and Matt Geiger said when he got to the crib and went through it, it was a Benz, a bunch of Timberlands, because only AI would have 15 pair of trees on deck, and a bag. He said it was a trash bag full of money. And he called AI like, yo, it's Timberlands, a trash bag of money, and a Benz in the garage. He was like,
Man, keep that shit.
all right, well, put the money in the Benz, and I'm going to come get the Benz. You can keep the trees.
You can keep the size 8.5 trees.
Cinnamon butter. You can keep them Jones.
You know what the greatest Timberland rap is of all time?
The greatest Timberland.
The greatest line about Timberlands.
I have an idea, but I know it's not that.
Go ahead.
Because now you got me really thinking, like, what the fuck is it? I want to say stomp a bone out your ass and some brand new chuckers.
Nah, better than that. I stomp a hater and some cinnamon trees. So the blood don't show.
I just said cinnamon trees, and then that quick.
Philadelphia Freeway.
Yeah.
Circa 2002.
I remember we were in 11th grade. Shout out Greg. Greg came to school with butt nakeds on. And
Yo, butt nakeds in middle school and high school was hell. Like,
what's wild though is in middle school, I had butt nakeds.
Okay.
And I remember when I was in 6th grade, and I remember Sean, Josh, fucking Sid, all of them, they was 8th graders, and they all was wearing butters.
okay.
And they were like purposely stuffing their jeans into like the Timberland to show off that these are padded at the top. You know what I'm saying?
My mom spent the extra 40 and you need to know about
So I
it.
was like, yo, I want those Timberlands, because now that I'm looking at it, the sole on the button easies look like clay. And I'm just like,
clay.
yeah, I'm kind of over these Jones. Like, I want those. And then I started wearing butters, and I just never went back to the butt naked. But fast forward now, 4 or 5 years, we were in 11th grade, and the nigga Greg came in the homeroom with butt nakeds on, and the crazy part was he had on Polo Sport swimming trunks. Remember that little time period where niggas would wear trunks
With boots.
with boots? Niggas would wear trunks.
Are you going to a construction site or to the pool?
Like, you don't know what's going on. But you remember that? Like, high school, niggas would wear trunks, like, as they actual clothes.
Yeah.
He walked into class, and this was, this was 99, 2000, so you could still wear, there were no uniforms. You were still wearing regular clothes to school. He walked in the homeroom, and he had on trunks with butt nakeds, and I remember everybody just, like, all of us kind of got, like, quiet and was just like, all right, who gonna go first? Like, that's where everybody was kind of like at. So they just started going and going and going and going and going. I'll never forget my man. Shout out Juan and Rush. I don't know. I know where Juan is. I don't know where the fuck Rush is right now. But
You don't know where a nigga at. He's probably doing a 7.5 to 13.
I think he out, because I on Facebook and shit. You know what I'm saying?
He out. Not I think he's somewhere. Not I think in Miami. In Vegas doing good. Yeah, I think he out.
But I'll never forget, Juan was like, hey, yo, what's the difference between butt nakeds and butters? And Rush turned around and was like $30 to $40, cocksucker, beat it. And we fell the fuck out. That shit was a great little moment. I love butt nakeds, but, that was...
The outlet pups.
They used to sell them at Foot Stop.
I used to work at Foot Stop.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, we stole everything we could get our hands on when I worked at Foot Stop, dog.
You know who we met at Foot Stop? Out of all... Think about... me, Steve Jenkins, my man Charles. Who did we meet at Foot Stop?
Who did you meet at Foot Stop?
There's no way you're gonna get this, but just take a wild guess.
Ricky Waters.
No.
Celebrity?
Celebrity. It's way crazier than any Philadelphia sports person.
Met at Footstop.
At Footstop at Penrose Plaza.
I'm never going to guess this.
Me, Steve, and Charles are walking through the plaza like we would always do. You know, it's crazy being from Penrose. We called it the mall. That was the mall.
We going to the mall.
That was the mall in Penrose. We going to the mall. We walking through the fucking corridor like always, passing Footstop. White dude, husky as shit, bald head, getting out of the truck, walking in the Footstop. I'm like, ain't no fucking way. My man Pax like, yo, you Stone Cold.
Holy shit.
Stone Cold Steve Austin was walking in the Footstop. No bullshit. My man Pax was like, yo, you Stone Cold. He's like, who the fuck else you think it is? And walked into I was like, what the fuck? Got out of an F-150, big ass F-150, walked in the Footstop. We met Emmett Smith down there. It was always somebody to fuck down there. The Randall Cunningham, Charles Barkley. Crazy shit. Freddie Mitchell lived in Corman Suites. Across from
I can believe it.
We used to go to his crib and play Madden. He had a trap house in fucking. There was nothing in there but a big screen, couches, and a fucking.
Same way fucking Deshaun had Deshaun had a trap house down on Penrose Avenue.
Yeah,
that's why that shit got robbed. He set that up, but that's another story for another day. He got all them characters that we know hanging in the crib. Like, damn, my crib got robbed. You hanging with cat burglars, bro? Like, I don't know, like, where you got the background check on them niggas from.
Another good Plaza story. I remember I was down there with my mom coming out of Acme, and niggas was running through the plaza. Yeah. And like, I know everybody from around the way. I saw like Tamika, I saw Tanya, I saw fucking Kurt. I'm like, fuck is going on? It was like Foxy and Corrupt at Footstop. And I was like, this is no reason.
Why are y'all running?
Why are y'all running? But Foxy and Corrupt was Footstop was like the Penrose Players.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy. They didn't really sell many sneaks because they had heroin and prostitutes and all that other shit. But Footstop for his little time was like the go-to spot for like sneakers and clothing.
They had the Jordan 11s, the fucking Vince Carter Shocks, the Raptors.
I bought my patent leather Grand Hills from there.
Yeah, like they had a good account while it lasted.
I was looking at earlier somebody posted pictures of the old East Bay magazine, and the Air Jordan 13s, size 8 to 18. I'm like, oh, wow.
The good old days.
For $149. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I saw the joint they had the original tuned Airs in the joint.
Air Max 95, Neon Green Jones in there, $135. $139.99. 8 through 18.
Think about how shopping has evolved from like catalog shopping.
How terrible it's become.
To now you can't get shit. Dog. Like you can't buy anything you want ever.
I'll tell you how crazy this shit was. You remember the Finger Hut magazine, the Sears catalog? Remember when it was time for you to order, you would have to rip out the middle and write down the product number?
97 digits. 4894 3375
CHAF. And the crazy part was you fill out the product number and do all this shit and mail it off, and you'd get your items. It wasn't nobody out of stock
because it was a big ass warehouse full of
crazy
shit.
As
they
fuck.
Had a joint right at 69th Street, the fucking Sears warehouse.
Yo, we used to go to Sears all the fucking time, man. And it's crazy looking back on it. Like, how is it now? With online this, online that, all that shit, everything's out of stock.
Yeah, you can't get shit. And they said that Bezos is trying to buy every like old Sears warehouse and use them as fulfillment centers around the country.
Somebody was talking about they wanted to do a fulfillment center at, I forgot what the fuck. I was reading it the other day. Somewhere they want to close down and do a fulfillment center. It's gonna come.
Well, Amazon got some old shit going on because now they're doing. If you got Prime, certain products you can get by 8 a.m. the next day.
It's crazy.
It's like, yo, if you order in the next 19 hours, you can get it by 8 a.m. Like, nigga, in 19 hours it'll be 10 a.m. So how am I getting it by 8 a.m.?
I get this beard conditioner, like a leave-in conditioner and shit. Yeah. And I ran out of it the other day. I went on Amazon, saw it. It's available. $12.84, whatever the fuck it is. I click it, doom. That shit was like, your order is processing. I got the email. It was like, your code is 264930. I'm like, it's at the locker? God damn. What the hell? It was at the locker already.
In the back of the truck with I got one of them right here. Drop this shit off there.
Pick this shit up. Put this shit in the bag. Put it right in the locker, dog. Like, it's crazy. Like, Amazon has really, Bezos made $76 billion since March.
In net worth.
Billion. Not million.
Billion.
Not thousands.
Yeah.
Billion.
They were talking, it's a constant topic on social media, but they were talking about it on on Joe Budden the other day. It was basically like, what do you think about the concept of doing away with billionaires?
You're asking me?
Yes. That was the topic.
You wouldn't get no more Jay-Z music. You know what I'm saying?
That's all he's been talking about the last 8 years.
Meek would have nothing. Meek was back rapping about rollies. You know what I'm saying? They have nothing to aspire to. And it's just like, I can understand I was about to say Winston Churchill, not him. The Roosevelt.
Teddy Roosevelt, yeah.
The Teddy Roosevelt view on mega billionaires. I can get it because there's really not a reason or a need to have, $200 billion as one person.
It's ridiculous. Apple's worth $2 trillion right now.
Yeah, but I mean, like, just breaking down to where it's like it's one guy.
Yeah, but no, the new CEO of Apple, Tim Cook, is now a billionaire, and he wasn't a part of the original charter of the company.
Crazy.
Like, think about how nuts that is.
It's wild.
He ain't been CEO that long.
Yeah, true. But it's just, Bezos, he did it. It wasn't like he did it pimping and
right.
It's,
he didn't knock a bunch of old ladies upside the head and take their purse to get 185
at the end
billion.
of the day, y'all get on Twitter and get on Facebook and do all of this goofy shit. Y'all built him.
Yeah, just stop buying shit.
Just stop buying dumb. The crazy part is, I said it the other day, he's made $76 billion over the last fucking 5-6 months just selling junk.
Yeah, bullshit.
It's junk. I got my sister car. She got little rhinestone things around her air vents. I'm like, what are those? She's like, ain't they cute? I got them on Amazon. I'm like, I'm just buying junk.
Buying garbage.
Just anything. Shit that they normally would sell at Jerry's Corner.
Right.
Y'all just buying it from Bezos.
That's because they keep scrolling down when they like, most people bought so-and-so. They buying the complimentary nonsense with the whatever they went to the website for.
And I've realized over these last couple of weeks, because I even got like a little thing where I'm thinking about starting like a little business, and people are just spending money. They're just willing to spend money all the time.
They're at home bored.
I want to talk to you about that after this fucking show. But yeah, people
are home bored with money to spend.
And the PUA. And niggas is buying any and everything they can find. Get their hands on. They don't give a fuck. Anything. When you got Amazon workers going on press conferences like, can y'all please stop? Y'all do it. Like, this shit is ridiculous. Think about it.
Stop shopping.
The postal workers, all of them overworked, complaining and shit. Yeah. They just delivering shit all goddamn day. You know what I'm saying? Dude, the USPS dude, postal worker, he was a pair of sneaks I ordered came the other day and shit. I say this, stop ordering shit as I'm ordering sneaks living right. He bought a pair of sneaks and I could tell it was sneaks. And this is something I need to speak about this. Nike, Adidas, New Balance, all the sneaker companies. Y'all are going out of your way to alert people that I'm buying sneakers. Or when I order a pair of sneaks, it should come in a brown box.
Nondescript box.
Nike puts Nike tape
around the whole box.
It's like
you want to steal some shit, nigga? It's right here, baby.
My New Balances came the other day. I'm like, all right, it's a normal box. I picked it up. It's the NB on the back of the box. It's this fucking big. And it's just like, yo, why are y'all like this now? But anyway, the boy was pulling the Jones out, and I could see the Nike tape, and the box was big as shit. So I'm just like,
that's me.
You taking that to so-and-so? He was like, yeah. I'm like, you can just give it to me. He's like, oh, thank you, man. I ain't got to walk down the hill. And I'm like, what's crazy is I could have not been.
Yeah, you could have just been a perceptive nigga that spotted the Nike tape. Now you got a free pair of sneakers.
He just like, I'm overworked and I ain't feel like walking down this fucking hill.
I'm walking out my spot the other day. The FedEx people in my neighborhood are terrible. They don't even try. Like, my building has a code to get in. The UPS people have it. The USPS people have it. None of the FedEx route workers have the shit. The Amazon people have it. Everybody has it except FedEx. So now they walk up to the door, pull the handle one time. I'm out of here. They just leave. Like, they don't even try. Yeah. So I walk outside and I see this nigga hopping in his truck to get ready to leave, and I'm looking like for an email to say like we attempted to deliver whatever. He just knew I was looking for him. He like, what apartment you in, bro? I tell him. He like, oh, here you go. He didn't ask for ID. I didn't have to sign shit. Yo, nothing.
Just giving shit away.
Just here you go. Because otherwise he would have just spun off and just sent an email when he was 8 blocks away.
Girl I went to high school got locked up for stealing packages, and it just, I don't know why I thought about that, but it's like, that's a wild life.
I pulled up on somebody the other day. They live at like 40th in Powelton in this apartment complex, and she was telling me how all of her neighbors have been getting their packages stole by the same nigga, and he just come through like on a bike and just steal all they shit and keep it pushing. And somebody else that live in that building had their shit stolen by him at another building that they tried to divert the mail somewhere else. The nigga stole the shit over there.
Stealing packages is top 3 craziest things you can do, because it's like, yeah, you know, people order watches, people order, you know, designer sneakers, people order laptops, and but what if it's Omaha steaks?
You got 34 ribeyes. You got to trap all these ribeyes.
12 fillets and 19 porterhouses now. Like, people just don't think, man. It just we just in a bizarre state. 2020 is honestly,
and it's not over.
Somebody said it the other day. This, I think it was Lil, was like, this is the best worst year of our lives.
Yes,
that's really a good way to
like
describe it.
Like in the beginning of the pandemic and all of that shit, when everything was going on, like right after Kobe died,
like
Pop Smoke died, and this, they was basically like, yo, when we look back at 2020, it's going to be a textbook chapter. No, 2020 is its own textbook. Yeah. Like, there's so much shit that has transpired. The mega billionaires, Kobe, Pop Smoke, the pandemic, the fucking shutting down and reopening the states. Like, it's just so much shit. All the fucking murders is going on. Like Philadelphia, Chicago, and New York in particular. New York, somebody made a good point the other day. This guy Hassan Campbell got a YouTube channel. I hate watching his YouTube channel because I hate how he looks and he scares me. But that's another story. But he was basically saying like New York had eradicated their crime problem. There was no crime in New York. People were so fearful of going to jail for 5 years for a gun, 10 mandatory 10 for discharging a gun. This and this. They eliminated crime for like a decade in New York, and now it's all come back. Like, there's crime everywhere in New York. Brooklyn is like gangs in New York. There's like 85 different gangs just in the borough of Brooklyn alone. Not to mention the Bronx, fucking Queens, and then all of the other shit that's going on around New York City. And it's just like, yo, we're in the middle of a fucking pandemic. We have a stay-at-home order. Everything is shut down everywhere as of, it probably just started opening shit up 3 weeks ago, and y'all are just going ape shit, murdering people.
Did you see the college kid that got shot in the face in New York?
No.
He was in the what do they call them in New York? Bodegas?
Yeah.
I guess. He was in the New York poppy store and shit, and he bumped a guy. Young trapper nigga, little dreads, had a little purse on, you know, standard little shit. He bumped him, like, as they was walking past each other in the store, and he turned around like, oh, my fault, da-da-da-da. You know, you could tell he was on that joint, like, oh, my bad, like, you know, you could see his hands, like, he wasn't on something like that. He was like, oh, my fault. And the bull just like, it's cool, it's cool. And like sucker slid him. And he hit him, and Bull started, because Bull was on the football team. Yeah. So he hit him, and of course, Bull started, you know, getting the best of him. He turned, cracked right the little purse.
And pulled the strap up.
He did that and came out the purse. Shot him in the face. And it's just like,
you lose 2 lives, yours and mine. And it's like,
the crazy part, he didn't die. He actually was still alive or whatever, but it's just, you know, now you just shot in the face, boy. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. Like, the violence that's going on in Philly. Somebody, I could have sworn I saw a joint the other day that said Philly is number 2 now to like Chicago. Yeah. And, you know, me and Taz, we was talking about it the other day. It's just like, yo, this shit is just out of fucking hand, yo. Yeah. Like, we have, like, the last couple days, I think it was 13 shootings Monday, 9 shootings on Tuesday. We had 4 murders yesterday.
That's crazy.
Like, it was 4 murders yesterday.
I drove past Temple Hospital yesterday, and I'll drive up. It looked like it's a cookout. There's so many people outside. Yo. And I'm like, yo, somebody prominent from whatever neighborhood must have got shot, because there's young people, older people, aunties, grandmoms, little kids, they all over there. And then you drive past the emergency entrance, and you look down, and then it's 10 cop cars, 30 more people, and I'm just like, yeah, somebody like that's known must have got shot yesterday.
I was riding past UPenn last weekend, and it was 100 people. The car was in the front of the UPenn because the car had the caution tape all around it. It was cops everywhere, and then it was about 150 motherfuckers out there. So I'm guessing somebody must have got shot, drove themselves to the hospital, some shit like that. But it's bonkers. The night that I had the accident on the bus, the supervisor took me to Temple, and I was like, I don't want to go to Temple. Take me to Roxborough. He's like, I gotta take you to Temple because this is my area, whatever. So he take me to Temple. It's rolling, you know, club Temple. This shit is popping. Go into the fucking, you know, you gotta go through security screening and shit, like you TSA and shit. So I go in there. The security bull straight was like, "Why are you here?" And I'm like, "They fucking brought me here at this fucking accident." He was like, "Are you shot?" And I was like, "No." He was like, "Yeah, you don't come here unless you're shot. This is like, you know, what I'm
this
saying?
is the you got shot hospital.
Like, if you're not shot, why the fuck? Like, tell him to take you somewhere else." Because he was like, he's like, I've literally been on duty since 9 o'clock. It's been like 4 or 5 shootings that done came in. He was like, there's no way you're
never getting out of here.
So I stepped over to the registration window. The nurse was like, "I'm not gonna lie to you. We got a lot going on tonight, so you're looking at like a 5-hour wait." I'm like, "Just give me my idea." I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I bounce, but it's just like hearing that shit. Like, yeah, we got 5 shootings tonight. It's just this shit is normal. You know what I mean? And it's wild because I sat back yesterday. I'm just like 4 murders in one day, and it ain't like a headline. It ain't like big news to motherfuckers. It's just
like the little paragraph on the front page of the paper.
You know, and I don't know why it's so bad. Like we talked about it last week. Y'all have money. We're gonna get into that. But I told you I had a theory that it was like when motherfuckers got the PUA, they could finally afford bullets. So now they just like,
give me the 300 barrels.
You know how the pretzels come in a canister
of bullets. Yeah, y'all got the 7.62 canisters. Like, why you need so many bullets, bro?
Niggas go into BJ's able to bullets. Like, dog.
There are no guns available.
No, there's nothing available.
There are no guns available for straw purchase on the street. There's no legal guns available. I was meeting my homie one day at the gun store up on the fuck is that? On Henry Avenue. Before you get to Lafayette Hill, there's one.
Oh, the little bait and tackle.
Yeah, the bait and tackle.
I actually sold a gun in there to one of our homies and shit. Legal transaction.
They had a line down the fucking street at 10 in the morning. They had a line down the fucking street, and 30 more motherfuckers in the parking lot that wasn't ready to get in the line yet. And I'm just like, like this is crazy. And that was back in April, so. It ain't even no point in getting in line at the gun store now because it ain't nothing to buy. Like all of this shit is gone. Like there's nothing. Somebody popped up on IG the other day with a bunch of that got like they own gun store or whatever with a bunch of Glocks and all this old shit, cases and designs and all. So he sold everything in one day. He probably had like 13, 14 pieces. Everything got sold the first day. Motherfuckers are just stocking up on weaponry right now.
That's scary.
Yeah. Because literally everybody got a gun. And if you happen to be the motherfucker that don't got one and you get into a confrontation, you going to temple.
You're going to get,
you're the one that's going to temple.
Yeah, like, it's funny because I was having this conversation yesterday. Like, do you have any homies that are like stuck in like yesteryear? Like they're still like kind of stuck in y'all childhood.
Yeah, but I don't talk to them. I avoid talking to them.
Me and Rob was talking about this shit the other day. Like we got a homie who's like stuck in, you know, like purgatory. Like the nigga's he's just out there. And like
he's stuck in 97.
Like he's still like in like 03, 04. Okay. And like that era where we used to like chill, smoke weed all the time. We was doing
the hydro era.
The hydro and doing that with the little glass.
Nigga, the hydro era. That might be the name of the show.
Yo, remember that? Yo, no, give me your keys. You got digging into the jar with the keys. Yo, real shit. The hydro era. Yo, I remember nigga had weed and we was like, what's this called? He was like, well, it's called Much Better. And I'm just like, I don't even want none of this shit now, man.
It's much better than the shit y'all been smoking.
Remember that little funny weed name era and shit?
It was the weeds and the oils had the same names.
But it was like, yo, he's stuck in like 04 and he'll call you and just be like, yo, what's up? You trying to go down South Street? Nigga, no. You trying to go down and take a picture with the snake and just be walking the fuck around? Like, nah, nigga. Like,
listen, I was on South Street on Monday, right? 1 in the afternoon. It's jam packed.
Oh.
Like I gotta fight for a parking spot, and I'm not even all the way down where I'm at the beginning of the nonsense. Like I'm right past the T-Mobile and what used to be the net and shit like that.
Okay, so you at like I'm
at fifth
and sixth.
Yeah, I'm at fifth. You know the nonsense started fourth.
Yeah.
So fourth down to like front is where like all of the nonsense.
Rated gyms.
It's motherfuckers everywhere, and it's so funny just seeing that I order food from Ishkabibble's. I call on the phone. I go pull up, get my food. I hop out. Us mad, like homeless looking, like young niggas out there. Everybody got a rollie on.
No,
it's like 9 niggas. They got on Dior Chucks, homeless attire, and a rollie on. Like this shit is so funny to see it. Designer book bag, wife beater, dirty ass shorts, Dior Chucks, rollie on.
Crazy as shit. Like the PUA starter kit.
This the PUA starter. It's like the first thing they bought. My homie told me his little nephew that's 17 got a rollie. He asked me, he's like, bro, like, where you get the rollie from? He said, oh, my man bought it for me. Like, excuse me?
No, because we show love. Like,
yeah,
that.
we was at the store and he asked me like which one you like, and I was like, I like this one. All right, cool. Counted me out 4 bands and bought me a rollie. Like, my other homie told me his man made $230,000 cash doing people PUAs, and he damn near pop right now.
I could believe it. So, yo, I ain't
got nothing to show for it.
I ain't gonna say who, but she basically broke down how the PUA shit worked. And like, motherfuckers was charging between a stack and 2 stacks just to do it for people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you charging 2 racks and you do that shit for 45 people, you up a quick 90.
Yeah.
And then you got your own PUA.
Listen, I know motherfuckers.
This ain't even my PUA.
Yeah, this is side PUA.
This is side PUA.
That's a side PUA.
Damn, I knew that name of this shit. Side PUA is funny as shit.
What's even worse, right? I know niggas.
Side PUA.
I know niggas.
Yo.
Uptown niggas who shall remain nameless was doing people Jones, charging them 7 bands, yo.
Yeah.
7 bands. Yeah, I know how to fill it out to get you the maximum amount of money. You're going to get paid to December, but I need 7 bands off top. I'm going to get you 30. I need 7 bands off top. And was getting it.
Yeah, because if you stupid and somebody say they get you 30 and you own 723 for nothing.
The wildest shit I heard, motherfuckers was going down Kensington Beach to homeless motherfuckers and dope fiends, getting their socials, signing them up for PUA, bro.
I could believe it. Motherfuckers was doing it for people in jail, all that shit. Dog. She said that shit the other day, 2 racks. I'm just like, God damn.
I know a motherfucker that was getting 7 a person, and they did no less than 40 people. That's 280 bands. He charged his sons 7 bands, nigga. He got like 4 sons. Yeah, I need 7,000 from all you niggas. Don't play games neither. The car getting mailed to my house.
That's crazy. So the money comes on the card.
All right, so boom. So this is how it break down.
All right, here we go. PUA 101.
PUA breakdown.
PUA 101.
So you sign up for the joint or whatever. You get a financial determination on the spot. What was so crazy about it was you could just fudge the numbers. You could just make it up because it's basically like FEMA recovery.
Okay.
Like where it's like this is not normal unemployment where you got to go through all of the guidelines. You submit your info, it go to approval team, an arbitrator, this and this. You can debate it if we say no. It's none of that. It's basically like, did you work a job or was you about to start a job? Here's the loophole in it.
That's what she told me the other day. The whole you didn't even have to be working. Dog.
My man did his own. My young boy did his own, right? He said I was about to start a gig. It got canceled because of COVID. He's approved to December 26th for fucking $600 a week base rate. Then on top of that, they had the STEMI on top of that.
STEMI is like Zatarans.
Exactly. Spraying some of that Zatarans on there. They never see that coming. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't even know they was getting the STEMI off top. You know what I'm saying?
So never see that coming.
They ain't never see that coming.
Yo.
So now you at $1,200 a week base rate. The shit goes back to March 6th is the first eligible week for you to get paid. So if you filled your shit out on June 6th, you got 3 whole months of back pay that they owe you, that they gotta send you when you fill it out. So that's how niggas is getting a dub. 17,000, 14,000. It's getting all that money, that lump sum of money, and then you getting your 12 every week. You just go on Sunday, boom, fill your joint out. The shit comes. So initially when they pay you, they send paper checks because they want to see if you cash the check or not to verify that you are who you say you are.
Right.
Then after that, they load it onto your card. Initially, early in the process, like the early adopters, they was straight doing direct deposit, getting people shit sent to their bank accounts and then giving them what they wanted to have. Yeah. Then it was so much fraud, they switched it to the little blue debit cards that everybody got now. So basically, it's like, you know, if you do 10 motherfuckers and everybody supposed to give you $5,000 and all the money getting direct deposited to your account out of that back money, you might had 170,000 coming through your bank account. Yeah. Now you gotta go get this nigga 7 bands, get this nigga 10 bands, get this nigga 14,000, deducting your 5.
Damn.
But you got all this money coming through your fucking bank account at one time.
I went to the seafood spot the other night. Chick in front of me, she pulled out blue cards.
Yeah.
And it looked like 3-card Monte. She just had blue cards.
Hold on, which one I want to use? Whose shit got a bean on it?
She was breaking that shit down for me, and I'm just like, is it too late to get in on this goddamn shit? And I'm just like,
no, I know people that's still filling the shit out. The fund is not depleted yet. And then now with Trump going back and saying, yo, the Fed is going to contribute 75% of the stimulus money and blah, blah, blah. That basically opens the fund back up because the state had money that they got from the Fed to run the program.
Right.
So it was a federally sponsored program that the state contributed 75-80% to, and then the Fed kicked in the rest or whatever. So now it's reversed for the stimulus. The Fed gonna pay $300 out of the $400, and the state got to come with the $100 or whatever that for every person though. But it was $2 trillion that got signed into effect back in fucking April off the initial shit, and this was part of it.
So via Anonymous, there's no way to do this if you're actually working.
I mean, it's a way that you could do it, but it's like those motherfuckers that was working and still filled out the job, they gonna get jammed up the first because you are generating. There's payroll in your name that's being generated every week. Somebody's paying payroll tax for you to be on a job, so they gonna match your shit up first. Whereas a motherfucker that don't really have no work history or whatever like that, they just like, oh well, maybe they did work, maybe they didn't. We'll deal with them later on down the line. But a motherfucker that's working and you gonna get a W-2 at the fucking end of the year, yeah, it's probably a bad idea.
Yeah, that's where I've just been like, it just ain't my time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just
waiting on my moment.
Yeah, like you get drafted. And it's like sooner or later his knees gonna give out and I'm the fuck in there. And it's just like, yo, it is what it is. Like not everybody get the green light coming out of college. It is what it is. But I've been watching it going on and I've just been seeing it. Even like funny, one of the girls I work with, she posted a picture last week and she's one of them chicks where like she real nice girl. She was actually, her and her girlfriends was coming to the live show we had. They bought tickets and all. They was like Saudi. They done went down. She really nice, beautiful girl. And she's a shopper. Like she's one of them women that like not on some
women be shopping, women be shopping,
but not on like some bullshit with this. I mean like just all the time.
In general, that's her thing. That's what she do.
She bought me shit from Japan when she went to
Retail
Japan
therapy.
last year. She bought me some shit like just because we cool and shit. And she posted a video on Facebook the other day. She was like, bro, sex is never like this. It was like a line to get into sex. This is like maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. And she was just going off of Facebook. Like, she's like, look at them. And like the people all had on flip-flops, wife beaters,
scarves.
Girls had bonnets on. Motherfuckers was holding babies standing there. You're not even holding babies inside.
Y'all got any of them bond number 9s?
She was like, yo, sex is never like this. And people was in the comments like, yeah, that PUA, man. The PUA, the STEMI, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. PUA and STEMI is like, surf and turf. You know what I'm saying?
It's one and the same.
Yeah. PUA and STEMI just go one and one. So it's like, yeah, like everybody got money, everybody got a check. And then like you said, she broke that shit down to me. Another girl was like, people were getting paid back money.
Yeah, the back money is what
got motherfuckers out there. It was basically like your signing bonus. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, like motherfuckers is getting hit off with checks for 11, 14, 17, 21, 23. Yeah. And then it's like, yeah, we're going to give you this. And then next week you get 12. But she's like, you got to do it every week. Like you said, every Sunday. Got to go in and put and it's just wild because it's like the fact that people need people to do it for them is crazy as shit to me.
Yeah.
Because it don't even seem like it's like some astronomical.
It's literally the easiest type of assistance form you'll ever. I've filled out grant requests all time. This is the easiest shit of all time. Like it's literally nothing. The only thing probably easier than the PUA was the SBA. That shit was like 3 screens and put in your bank account information. Like it was the easiest shit of all time. But that money ran out. So
yeah, that's my homegirl was telling me that the other day.
That grant money is gone. But they still issuing loans though. They extended the loan shit till September. Like you could get real. You gotta register LLC. You can get some real money. Like big money. I know niggas was getting 130,000, 500,000. Somebody I know that we all know, allegedly they business got $1 million.
I can believe it.
Got $1 million.
She was saying that the SBA loan shit is like so wild because they'll give you this fucking crazy money and the interest rate is like 1%.
It's no interest.
And you got like 72 years to pay the shit back.
But you got a 12-month head start before you pay anything. So you got a year free and clear, whatever you trying to do with the brain. Even if you on some bullshit, if you just so happen to have 9 things on your list of shit you gonna do with the money, and one of them hit, you can pay back the loan with that.
Yeah, true.
Like it's the most It's the craziest shit ever. I've never seen money just be given out like this before in my whole lifetime.
Well, I have a theory on this also too. White people are very, very like they're cunning. You know what I'm saying? They're very cunning, and they knew we had to get this economy back rolling. Yeah. So the best thing to do is give niggas money.
Give it to the niggas.
Because niggas is gonna spend money.
Yeah, niggas gonna buy Hellcats. Niggas gonna buy scat packs. Niggas gonna buy gold chains.
Everything.
My jeweler.
Hell kittens, all kinds of shit.
My jeweler was so busy through the like it was unbelievable. It was days I would go in there. I'm just going to pick something up that because I'm trying not to see him. I'm paying via Cash App in advance. Yeah, this is cool. This, and this. I'm going to pick shit up. This nigga got 38 people in there with the gate closed, with the light dimmed. He letting them in through the side door. Like, why do you have 38 people in here on a Wednesday, bro? Like, it's Wednesday at 4 p.m. You got 38 Ricans in here getting Jesus chains made and shit like that. Like, why is there so many people in here? It's the craziest shit I've ever seen before. The whole South Street is closed. He the only business open.
Girl in my job was going off the other day on was it Snapchat? She said nigga got on the bus and was like, yo, I ain't got no change. And she was like, yeah, but you gotta pay your fare. You gotta figure out something. And she was like, he had on a rollie and 2 rings. And he just like flew up to him and like, bitch, what you trying to say? I'm broke? I got money. And started pulling out $100 bills and shit. And she was just like, well, just get some change. Do something for that. Stupid. It's just like, niggas is on animal time out here, man. Money, watches, chains, rings, all that shit.
Yeah, so, I made the announcement on social media yesterday. I'm going to make it on the pod.
We're going to be part of the PUA recovery team.
Are me, Matt, Big Ben,
Mitch's part.
My man Hazy from Uptown, Mel, my man Big Baby, who actually started the PUA recovery team.
Lil Maul said he got 2,500. He outbid you. Lil Maul said he outbid
the PUA recovery team is out here, and we are repurchasing any items that you can no longer afford to hold or maintain. Just contact one of us and we will figure out a fair, equitable value for you, about 17 cents on the dollar, somewhere in that ballpark, 17 to 22 cents on the dollar, and we will cash you out on the spot.
Me and Jules talking about it. It's essentially like Delaware title loans.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, Jules is on the money.
Jules is on the team PUA recovery all the way from Qatar.
All the way from Qatar. Jules said, "No, I'm down, nigga. Like whatever the fuck you find, let him know." And it's crazy because I was telling him, he's like, "Do you really see that as a thing?" And I'm like, "Here's I guess this would be my gem of the day. It's like winning the lottery. The same reason you see motherfuckers win the lottery and then be broke in 5 months. Yeah. Coming into a boatload of cash don't give you a grind or a work ethic.
Exactly.
So it's like, yeah, you got a crazy check right now and you go and buy one of your greatest quotes of the last couple of weeks. Y'all got Rockefeller startup money and didn't start shit. So it's like, yeah, you get a check for 25 grand. You haul off, go buy a watch, buy a couple of Mary Jeans, buy some McQueens, buy some motherfucking Dior sneakers, buy your chick some Dior sandals, buy a motherfucking Telfair bag. In 4 or 5 months when the money go, December ain't that far away.
Rent is still rolling around every month. So car note is rolling around every month.
You don't have a job and you don't have a grind. Like you said, motherfuckers not even buying no weed. So it's like
niggas didn't start a water ice stand. Like niggas didn't do shit.
All it takes, like I tell you, just same way with this poker shit. All it takes is for the pendulum to swing. You have a bad night at the dice game, then your man do something over here. Don't let you get set up and fall apart on some man. Now you look up, those are Mary Jeans, those McQueens, all that shit gotta go. So it's like, yeah, that watch that you bought overpriced for $6,800.
That should have been $37.
you know, like I was telling him, motherfuckers is gonna be APs that cost $22, $23. Niggas in the street. I mean, give me 12 for this joint. Real shit. It sound wild, but it's like, yeah, you really gonna be. It's gonna be like the hustling video. Remember Rick Ross bought the jeans? It's just like that's how this shit goes.
3,000 pair of red monkeys.
Big heavy ass red monkey jeans. Like that's what this shit gonna be like in a couple months because. How's the money gonna get generated?
I'm buying everything. Like I have cash for y'all. I will not judge you. I will not report what I bought because I'm going down to Danny and I'm playing Let's Make a Deal.
My man the other day was like, "Yo, watch next year how many closets is gonna be on Instagram." Like,
gently worn.
Gently worn 2,000 times.
Gently worn 2,000 times, only sweated in it in the club.
I paid $9.75. I'm taking $9.25 OBO. Like,
tag still intact.
Real shit. It's going to be a lot of closets next year on Instagram. Just because.
Think about the dry cleaners negotiating. So listen, is it a way where you could clean this shit and make it look new and leave the tags on? Like, I don't want y'all to take the tags off.
It's the equivalent of like anything. Like, athletes, ball players, rappers, you get in over your head and buy too much goofy shit. That shit got to get sold. Yeah. Drake said it best. I plan to buy your most valuable possessions when they up for auction. Truth be told, I think about it often. The petty king. Like, that shit is real. That's real. Like, that shit got to go. If you got 25 grand and the biggest thing you bought was an $8,000 Rolex, when the money run out, think about it. You can't sell hookah smoke. No disrespect, Big Dan. You know what I'm saying? You can't sell hookah smoke that you don't...
Secondhand hookah smoke?
Nah, you can't sell... The shit you can sell is the watch and the bullshit. So that shit gotta go. And if you in a situation like you said, yo, the watch, I pay $7,000, I give you $1,500. 15, come on, man, I'm already down bad as is. Oh, you down bad?
You down bad?
$12.25.
Right now.
Right now.
You got Cash App? and I'm trying to pay you on Cash Apps or Venmo so you can pay the transfer fee.
Dog, I be watching this joint called Counting Cars, and it's the boy Count. He got a car restoration shop in Vegas and shit. He was trying to buy an old Dodge Charger off the bull, and he was like, could you do 11,000? He was like, man, 11,000. He was like, I'm really in a bad situation. Like, I really, really need like the money, like tomorrow. Like, I really got something I gotta do. He was like, I'll go 10. Like, you need this shit tomorrow?
Oh, I gotta get up early and go to the bank. Oh, man.
Like, yo, it's fucked up, but that's how supply and demand work.
That's how it works, man.
Sometimes it's not the demand, it's the supply.
Yeah.
That's just the way it go. Like, oh, you trying to do this right now and you need this right now?
And I'm cutting the middleman out because I'm like, yo, just meet me at my jeweler because I'm trading your shit right in. Like, meet me at the jeweler. Like, meet me out front and I'm going in and I'm trading this shit in. I'm playing Who Wants to Make a Deal, trying to get a fucking Prezi right now. Prezzies are through the roof.
Side fucking PUA, man. That is fucking great. That is the funniest shit I've heard.
We never announced it, but Big Dan is in the studio today. Big Dan's here doing video. He's doing something on his computer. I don't know what.
Yeah, it looks
he's doing some work.
Looks a little PUA over there.
He's doing some work right now. Big Dan. For those of you that don't know, I've said this before on the show. Big Dan is the one that gave us the name of the show.
He actually
Big Dan named the show. I said, yo, what should I call this, John? We was kicking some names around. He's like, you should call it the realest podcast ever. Stamped.
Definitely.
It's one of my best friends in the world. He never asked for a coin off of the show, even though he probably could have. Yeah. Wouldn't have gave him shit, but he could have asked. No. But I love him to death. My man Big Dan is on a weight loss journey right now.
I've been fucking loving watching this shit, man. Like,
been at it every day. His page going crazy off that shit.
Yeah, man. Like, I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you get into it, man, it's like,
once the rhythm go, you just...
Your body gets into the rhythm, and you just, like, if you don't do it, you feel weird as shit.
Yeah, that's how it was. I came back from Atlanta. I'm like,
real talk. Yeah. You really get to the point where you just like, wait, like, oh, like, I ain't... And me, I fall all the way apart. Like, if I don't go to the gym, by night, I'm at the fucking hibachi. You know what I'm saying? I'm at the Ichiban buffet.
Put some extra teriyaki on it.
Like, I'm wilding the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's definitely respectable. And I fucking love seeing that shit.
Yeah, follow Big Dan on IG at Doing It Big. Is it 2 G's?
2 G's.
Doing It Big, 2 G's.
We got hella topics. Chad was acting goofy.
Yo, earlier. I had a mental like a brain fart. Like, I was like, yo, it ain't really nothing going on.
I sent Chad like 9 topics. He like,
oh shit. Oh shit.
Like, what the fuck? I don't want to start with anything sensible like Kamala.
Out here making sense.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Let's talk about Justin LeBoy's IG story. And then we can go right into the basketball chick and all of that shit.
I gotta pull the actual evidence up because this is the most ridiculous shit I ever read in my life.
It's ridiculous, but to me, it's not as ridiculous as people made it.
Really?
I'll get my joint later. Go ahead.
We can do this, and then we got to go into GLIZZYMANIA right after this.
Oh, can we do this real quick? You just made me think about it. For all the people listening, for me, what exactly is the glizzy shit about? I don't get it. I don't understand it. Let me say this. I go to Wawa. I bought a Red Bull. I got a coffee. I got a fucking pretzel. And just on some like quick shit, I wanted to get a hot dog. So I got a hot dog. I put it on the counter. Young black boy at the counter. You know, whatever. He's scanning the shit, scanning. He get to the hot dog. He look. He's like, is that because you know they got like the Jones with the cheese, the quarter pound Joe. He like that's a quarter pound or I'm like no, it's a regular Joe. He's like all right, you got one regular glizzy. The total is and I like what the fuck is the like because I see it on Twitter.
One regular glizzy.
I see it on Twitter and I don't even know what the fuck the glizzy.
Light.
I have no conception of what the fuck the glizzy shit is about. But I see it on Twitter and it'd be like, because somebody the other day posted that they was at like a food, some type of food truck little event thing was going on. And the food truck they was at was like a bratwurst type junk. And the boy it was like a foot long hot dog with like, it had like all this shit on it, like all this other shit. Somebody was like, I ain't never seen a gourmet glizzy like that. I was like, what the fuck is the glizzy? Where did this shit come from?
So the Baltimore niggas made up the glizzy shit. They start calling like, cause you know, basically like a glizzy is a Glock with an extendo in it. Like that's a glizzy. So I guess because the hot dogs are long, like the clip in the gun, they start calling hot dogs glizzy. So now whenever a nigga like try to eat a hot dog in front of somebody, like, hey yo,
the boy was like, you got one regular glizzy and a bunch of shit in the screen.
Like this shit just went all over the universe, yo. Like, and I don't know when it started. I just know that it started and it's not stopping, yo. It's the craziest shit ever.
I saw somebody post a picture where they had a hot dog bun with 2 hot dogs in it, and boy was like, yo, ultimate pause on the double glizzy. And I was like, I don't get it.
Double decker glizzy.
Yeah. Double glizzy. I don't understand this shit at all. But boy definitely said that shit a while. He's like, you got one regular glizzy. All right, your total is. And I wanted to ask him like, what the fuck is the glizzy shit about? When you said GLIZZYMANIA, that's what made me think about this shit. It's bizarre. I'm telling you, I have no understanding of it.
So we got to do GLIZZYMANIA first, then do Justin LeBoy's IG story. So GLIZZYMANIA, this chick that hangs with Selena Powell, reputable and known Instagram thought, actually broke up Snoop Dogg's marriage. Her friend
Snoop and what's her name?
They on the rocks right now. He on an apology tour.
Okay.
Yeah, he just did a record with Freddie Gibbs and Problem called "Don't Be Mad at Me," basically denouncing the Instagram thought.
That. He killed that though.
Yeah, he killed. He smoked. Yeah, that was vicious Snoop. He smoked that joke. Yeah. So so the chick Selena Powell, well-known Instagram thought. Tory Lanez had her beat up not too long ago. That doesn't really help his case right now, him clapping Megan. Yeah. So she's just been all over the industry causing havoc for the last 3 years, making up shit, actually telling her stories, all type of shit. So she has a friend that's like a brunette version of her, like but a little taller, a little more meat on her bones. This Greek girl, they was on. I actually saw the shit last week when it happened.
Adam 22.
They was on Adam 22. It was basically Selena Powell live on No Jumper podcast, and I'm like, I didn't have nothing better to do on a Wednesday. I'm watching it like this shit gonna go viral. Like I'm looking at it like, bruh, once he chopped this shit up, this shit gonna go viral because nobody's sitting through 2 hours of Selena Powell except me because I'm a fucking idiot. Right. So he chops it up and put the clips out, and it's like basically like Selena Powell's friend says she gave 7 dudes head, 7 NBA players head at the same time, and I'm just like, oh, here it go. Yeah. So it just went super mega viral, and the crazy part about it is the only thing that she cares about is that the views keep going up. Yeah. That's all she cares about. Like, she's made an OnlyFans. Yeah. Like, she didn't make like 100 bands off OnlyFans in the last 2 days. Her bio on OnlyFans says, watch me suck and fuck rappers and ball players.
I went to her Instagram, and the first joint on her IG story was like, swipe up for the video with Trey Songz. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
So in addition to her sucking 7 glizzies at the same time, she was apparently fucking with the equipment manager from the team. and she was already in the hotel, and then the players came back.
She basically said she was fucking the equipment manager in the hotel room. He was smashing her, and then the whole staff basically walked in.
Like, oh shit, we got action.
Like, let's get lit.
And then it turned into GLIZZYMANIA.
And it turned into, you know, the Glizzy, Survivor Glizzy.
Glizzy-thon.
Yeah.
So allegedly, heavy on the allegedly, it was the Phoenix Suns.
I heard it was the Phoenix Suns, and I also heard it was people were saying that it was, who was Paul George with last year?
The Clippers.
The Thunder.
Oh, the Thunder.
I saw that.
Yeah, so allegedly it was one of them two, but she said she might have been fucking around, but she was basically like, they was like,
she said Devin Booker
went first. And I'm just sitting here like, bruh, my biggest takeaway from this shit is whoever went seventh is wild. He's sicker than everybody in the whole room.
You're disgusting.
Like, you just sitting there like, my time coming soon, baby.
Yo, what I just say, like, my moment.
I'm waiting on my moment. Like, if you the seventh one for a neck sandwich, like, you are bugging. Like, you can't be number 7, dog. Like, number 5 is pushing it. 5th is pushing it. 6 and 7, y'all need y'all heads examined, dog.
Yeah, you number 7 for the neckinator. It's like, yeah,
you're bugging.
Damn, you's a freaky, and like them. We was talking about this shit the other day, like partying chicks at this big age. Ill, you know what I'm saying? Ill,
disgusting.
Disgusting. Ain't no way on earth. I was never,
and I've done my fair share of partying chicks back in the day. I was a sicko.
I was never even too. It's bizarre.
It's super bizarre.
It's bizarre.
But when you 17 and super horny, you got to get it where you can get it.
Yeah, to a certain extent. But it's just, I call me whatever you want to call me. I just don't want to be around that much. Glizzy, call me what you want. This nigga spit water everywhere. Like, dog. Like, real shit.
I knew where you was going.
Call me what you want. I'm
around that much Glizzy.
I just don't want
OG over Glizzy.
Yo, like,
oh my god.
Cause niggas, in my opinion, low key be like in the glizzy. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause why are you this like keen and like
oh my god
into wanting to be around you?
I literally spit water everywhere. I'm glad we was recording.
Like Pimp C said it. I ain't never been around this man.
That shit is gay. You need to get on some other shit.
You boys is flip flopping.
No bullshit, right? I gotta tell this story, yo. No bullshit.
I got a Survivor glizzy story. Like, I'm telling you, this
I gotta tell this.
It's bizarre as shit.
I gotta tell this shit. I had homies, yo. I'm not gonna say where they from, but they from Southwest, right? They from Southwest. These niggas, all they used to do was they would get up every day around 10, 11 in the morning and ride around looking for a chick who like eyes was a little glossed over, pants was a little bit dirty, knees was a little bit ripped up that they knew didn't have nowhere to go, and recruit her to get party. That's all they did.
Yeah.
Every day of their lives for like 7 years. This is all they did. It was the craziest shit ever. Like, and once upon a time, I stumbled onto one, and they like, oh yeah, you know we got the little bitch in the crib. Somebody ended up getting her pregnant.
Wow.
Cause it's always a nigga that slam raw during the party situation.
Yo.
And her caveat was, yeah, you know, I'll let all 19 of y'all fuck, but ain't no partying going on. One at a time.
One at a time. I've seen that. Like, you know, the little red ticket thing at the deli, like now serving. Like, that's how this shit.
Who needs some honey ham? Like, who next?
Who needs some honey ham? Real shit. That's how it be. And I just never was like super into this.
It's sick.
It's sick, yo. I remember old head from around my way. He used to have these fucking. He used to have like BBW thons at his house. Like, it was wild as fuck. And I remember going through there one time, and it was just like way too much glizzy, just too much going on in this motherfucker. And it was like, you know how like you know your homies. Like, I know your homies.
Yeah.
Like, I don't necessarily, I might not like Mudda. Me and Mudda ain't close.
Yeah, but you know.
If I see him, that's Chad. If Von Cheeks, that's Chad, man. You know what I'm saying? Big Dan, that's Chad. Like, you know, like, oh, what's up? Them parties it bring all kinds of strangers. I ain't never seen this nigga in my life,
bro.
Dog. I remember I was at Oed crib. He had a chick in there, and it was going down, whatever. And this dude walks in the basement. We was in the basement. Dude walks in. I'm like, who the fuck is this boy? Like, I ain't like, and he had on an Orkin, like the one piece, like the exterminator jump. And I was like, yo, who the fuck is this?
Who the fuck is old head?
Like, who the fuck is this boy? And he came in and he saw the chick and like looked at me and was like you care if I get in like with you, whatever. And he like unzipped the one piece and he was naked. And I was like, oh, this is a porno. I was like, yo, where are the cameras at in this show? Like yo, the fuck ain't got no drawers on. Like, that's the type of shit that happens at them parties, and it's just it brings out the decay of society. So that's why I just never was really.
Yo, I got another one, right? Once upon a time, I got an older cousin. This nigga is the craziest nigga ever. Big Dan know exactly who I'm talking about. I got an older cousin, right? Him and my younger cousin at my cousin apartment used to live at Lincoln Green on City Ave. My other man is there. Big Dan know him too. He's a maniac. This nigga, like, he's done everything in life. Cut hair, contract killing, like just all type of just nonsense. It's whatever with him. So them three and some chick. My cousin tell my young cousin, yeah, I got a chick coming over, blah blah blah. She with whatever. Once I get her here, it's open season. So the chick come over. My cousin like, all right, I'm gonna go handle this, get this joint popping. My homie, the contract killer barber, he walks in the room. So now it's going down. My cousin, I guess he finished. He come out the room. He asked my younger cousin, he said, man, you sure you don't want none of that? He's like, no, I'm cool. He said, you gonna hate yourself in the morning. These niggas are sick.
Yo, it was the niggas around my way, my old neighborhood in Pros. They had a basement of a like row home, and like that became like their dwelling, and the basement stunk. I mean, it smelled like absolute shit. I only went in there once in this other time, and they was like, yo, we got the chick in there, da-da-da-da. And I remember I walked in and like I said, the stench hit me. And I was just like, oh my God, is that the bitch? Like, was that just the like...
At the dwelling, the domicile.
Right, like, God damn, it's stink here. And I remember it was like kind of dark because they really didn't have like modern electricity like in the basement. So
it's like Mesopotamia down there.
Right. And I remember I came around the steps and it was just beds. Like it was just beds remember when they stabbed Rebenga on Scarface? Like it was just beds and shit around the apartment, around the basement. So I was just like, what the fuck? And it was cold because it was the wintertime. So it was like, naturally the basement was like cold. And this is when I just knew that the party shit just wasn't for me. I could hear all the commotion, hear the bitch and shit scream, whatever. And I came around the steps and I saw they had the chick on the bed. Like a nigga was fucking her, another nigga was getting his dick sucked. And she had her coat on. And I just was like, yeah, like, this shit just ain't it, man. Like, y'all tripping. I'm out of here. Like, and that's really what happens in those party situations. Bring the absolute worst out of people. So me personally, I don't want to be in one of them situations. And for you to sit there, she said they sat all around the bed and was like basically one go, then the next one go, and the next
round robin.
For you to sit there, it's no way on earth I could watch a chick slurp up Dan, you, Taylor, and I'm just like,
my time coming, baby.
I'm after him. Then like, it's no way.
I'm gonna grab a Coors Light.
Yeah, am I want anything from the little joint downstairs at the lobby?
Order room service.
Like,
I want some tenders.
For you, NBA niggas is shot the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
But a lot of them niggas is super weirdos.
Super duper weird.
In order to make it to the pinnacle of professional sports,
you kind of gotta like
you gotta forego a lot of shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's very few of them that are like balanced, that had a social life, and this is a lot of times they parents had them like on a.
It's like
nigga, you go to school, like, you go to practice, you bring your ass home.
It's only like one Karan Butler. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit.
Exactly.
Where like Karan Butler was like a contract killer, drug dealer, like all that other shit. Then he played ball.
And I hoop a little bit.
Yeah, I play ball a little bit.
I win a national championship and smoke a nigga.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
But it's just like, when I saw that story, and I'm just like, this bitch is shot the fuck. And the crazy part was, it was like her girlfriends and other chicks was like, yes, queen, I see you blowing up.
The most underrated part of all of it, while she's telling the story, Selena Powell's like, she's so shy.
Yeah.
You sucked 7 glizzies back to back to back. The last thing you are is shy. If anything, you just a down low hoe. You know what I'm saying? Not to call you names, but the title fits the job, the work you put in.
Did you see her Twitter?
I won't even venture over to
her Twitter header. Guess what it says? The true Greek freak. I'm like, wow. I was like, wow. Like, you know what I'm saying?
She's trying to get that Kim Kardashian starter pack.
Yeah.
These girls are crazy, yo. Oh, so to take it a step further, did you hear about her and Trey Songz?
No, but Trey Songz got a lot of bullshit going on, apparently.
So her and Trey Songz apparently had a thing. She said that Trey Songz used to just get her and kidnap her for like 3 days at a time and just go on these like fuckathons, take her phone and her purse and shut all the blinds in the hotel and be like, bitch, you leave when I tell you to leave.
Yeah.
And just treat her like a sex slave for 2, 3, 4 days at a time. It's like, well, when can I go home? You can go home when my flight leave.
Right.
That's when you can go home, bitch.
We're going to hit these sheets and you going to hit them streets. Yeah. Real shit.
So apparently, like, she do that. And now Trey Songz put out these screenshots of her DMing him and this. And they've backfired on him horribly on Twitter. And
you know, he had the whole shit years ago with Kiki Palmer. So now that shit has resurfaced, and it's like Kiki tried to tell you. And it's wild because I remember, I want to say maybe, I feel like it was a couple years ago, but a chick basically was like going on a rant about the fact that she had dealt with a couple dudes throughout the industry. And she was like, the worst person I ever met was Trey Songz. He literally like met me, took me to like dinner. We left from dinner, like we walked in the hotel room and he like grabbed my chin and the top of my head and fucked my face till I like literally, like she's like literally walked in the hotel room and he just like fucked my face until the sun came up. She's like, we did nothing else but that. I'm like, yeah, Trey's a wild nigga.
Oh, so the other part of the Trey Songz shit with the real Greek freak was, she said, you know, so after we having sex, he done busted my face. I'm like blind. I can't see this and this. I go in the bathroom to wash my face off. So I go to get in the shower and he like, yeah, get on your knees while you in the shower. And she like, okay. So he's like, lean your head back and just start pissing on the chick, like unannounced.
Okay.
Like just start pissing on her. And she's like, yeah. So like he's pissing on my face and my mouth. All this. So
she said this on a No Jumper?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
It's more out of the.
Oh, so the GLIZZYMANIA was only.
That was just the tip of the iceberg, baby. So apparently Selena Powell had a similar run-in with Trey. Like she was fucking him too, and she like, yeah, that's his thing. Like he'll just hold you hostage and fuck you for 2 days. Like he's a fucking animal. And I'm just like, yeah, this is not a good look for you, Trey. You've been out here freedom fighting for the last 8 months. You out here.
I mean, I you know, we all got our shit, but it's just like, yeah, once you get to where like you committing crimes. You know what I'm saying? True story. We had a situation. We was in high school and there was a nigga around my way, and he was way. You know the niggas around your way that are like just like you can tell they just y'all ain't on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Like he used to wear wooden sandals. You know what I'm saying? Like the little Heihachi Jones from Tekken and shit. And he was like kind of spaced out, but he always had like bitches. Like he was always into those. And them boys for some odd reason always got.
You had Eric Benet niggas.
Not even Eric Benet. I was gonna say more like what could you compare him to? Cause he did karate and I don't know. It just
did karate, fix cars.
There's no parable. It's just him. It's just him by himself. But I remember my man Ross, shout out Ross, he had like 2 chicks after school one day. He was like, yeah, we gonna take him over so-and-so crib. Cause you know, we couldn't take him to my crib, go to his crib. And I'm like, why are we gonna go there? Like, we better off taking him to the park. You know, like, why are you gonna take him? So we take him to, he a little older than us. So we like, yeah, we gonna take him to his crib. And we take him there and like they in the basement and we upstairs in the kitchen and like we on the John like, all right, like, you know, Ross, I'm gonna go down, you know, I'm a spark. And while we doing this, he take his hoodie off, then he take his pants off. I see him like kick his flip flops and shit. Next thing I know, he ass naked, and he like, yeah, so how we gonna do it? And I'm just like, bro, that's a felony. Like if you go down there, like,
going to do it?
That's a felony. Don't
like
do
at
that.
least put a karate gi on.
Like put your shit back on. And that shit just perplexed me so much because I'd never seen anybody get naked during a game plan. Like we on X's and O's right now. Like this nigga was in 4th quarter mode. I'm just like, dog, like you tripping.
Like, all right, so we're gonna run a screen and roll. We're gonna dump it down the mat.
Like, dog, it's just them party
that
Jones
already finishing at the rim.
Them party Jones is bizarre, but it was niggas wrong way that was like super into that shit. Where like every day, yo, we got a little bitch. Like, and the crazy part is they used to have bitches behind moat, like the Bartram. Like, yeah, we got a bitch behind moat, and I'd be like outside, and be like, yeah, glizzy
going down,
outdoor GLIZZYMANIA, real shit.
Fucking Glizzy Fest. Outdoor.
Remember when WrestleMania 9 was outside at Caesar's Palace?
Fucking John shaking them down to the ring.
Exactly. The floating entrance. Yeah. Real shit. Like outdoor GLIZZYMANIA was wild as fuck. But like, yeah, and I just never was super into that shit just cause it's like I gotta be near you. You know, like that shit just ain't. I don't want to do this. Like this is. I'm good. I think I'm good. Like I think I'm
to
cool.
each his own.
Yeah, to each his own. But and at this age now, like and in adulthood, is definitely like
the only way present day a motherfucker could get me to party something if it was like a chick who was like, yo, you know we got Ruby Rose in there. I'm getting mine off. I ain't missing that book.
Yeah, I'm the Meg Thee Stallion, GLIZZYMANIA. All right,
man, you forced my hand. You twisted my arm.
But like, no.
Anything short of that, like, nah, I'm cool, bro.
It's a nigga at my job. He'll remain nameless, but he older and he throw like smut parties. And like the niggas be like, he was like, yo, you don't realize how ridiculous a smut party is till like the 50-year-old niggas start showing up and niggas got band-aids on their legs and ace bandages and shit on their
Give me a couple of them ibuprofens. Thomas, give me a couple of them antacids.
Yo, them party Jones is bizarre, man.
I don't want no smoke, man.
Not like I could understand maybe
I got a checkered pass and I don't want no smoke.
Yeah, I could understand maybe you hit a chick, I hit a chick, he hit a chick. Maybe I could understand that. Like if you super turned on, horny, drunk, whatever. But not the actual.
So what if the chick is requesting it? Like, please party me. This is the only way it's going down as if y'all run a train on me.
I probably shouldn't be saying this, but it was.
I probably shouldn't be asking.
There was a chick. I remember there was a chick years ago. I wound up hitting her. My homie wanted to hit her, but I remember her telling me she was like super into what's it called when one's fucking and you suck another? What's that? The proper terminology?
A train?
It's a train, but it's another term for it. I forgot what it's called.
Menage a trois?
No, freak.
Like you trying to get the Urban Dictionary term?
I forgot what the fuck the shit. When a chick is getting fucked and sucking dick at the same time, I forgot what the term is called. But basically,
I didn't know there was a term.
It is, but a train basically. That was her thing. Basically, getting fucked and sucking dick at the same time. And my homie was trying to like hit her, and she told him like, I'll only fuck you if Matt fuck me too. And I was just like, it ain't happening, G.
That's not giving it.
Like, nah. And he was literally like, come on, bro.
Come on, don't fuck this up for me.
And I was just like, nah, man. It just never was my thing. Like your glizzy just doesn't do it. It doesn't do it for me. I'm sorry. Like that shit is just bizarre, man. I'm just never was with that shit really. I've been in a couple jumps by crazy part. I got in one by like accident. Like
no, that's usually how it happens.
Like that joint with I walked into
like, oh shit, it's going down.
Yeah, it's like you know, wrong place, wrong time. Like you walk into the unexpected glizzy.
Like, man, nigga, it's 9:31 a.m. Shit. No bullshit. Nigga called me to a joint at 8 in the morning. Yo, I got the bitch here. Hurry up. It's 8:04.
Dog.
Yo, I got the bitch here. Hurry up, pull up for
I remember when I had the crib on Buick Ave. I'll never forget that shit. My man, I ain't gonna say his name. He called me like, yo, can I bring the bitch to the crib? I'm like, whatever. You know, that wasn't odd. Like, motherfuckers used to do that shit or whatever. He like, yeah, you know she for the team. And I'm like, well, it's no team here. It's just me.
No team here. It's just little old me here.
It's 1:30 in the morning, nigga. I'm like, I'm watching television. Like, it's just me here and whatever. And I guess they was out drinking, partying, whatever.
Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, she on, but you know, like, and I'm like, all right. I'm like, this sounds kind of like.
bad.
When I tell you, This nigga knocked on my door and he was carrying the bitch like the duffel bag on Scarface. And I'm just like, yo, God, like,
I don't want nothing.
Go.
Not only do I not want none of this, get the fuck out.
Go back. I was in the glass like, nope, go back. And he took her back to the car like, you want some bullshit, Gus? I'm like, whatever. Like, I'm cool. You know what I mean? Like, motherfuckers, the niggas be too horny.
Yeah.
Like, there's a thing as being too horny.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, overly horny. Like, you gonna go to prison horny. You about to fuck this up. You gonna go to jail, dog.
Yeah, I don't want no smoke with the go to jail action. No, thank you.
The super horny shit just, it's bizarre. It just never made sense to me. I was never into it. Call me what you want. I'm cool. No. Yeah. At this big, especially at this big age. Like, we almost at 40.
It's too late in the game for that shit.
Too late in the game for GLIZZYMANIAs. But where were we starting at? Oh, the Justin LaBoy's IG story.
So, Justin LaBoy's IG story was August 11th. Was especially disgusting. He posed the question. Ladies, have y'all ever had sex with two different niggas in the same day? Don't lie. And boy, did the disgusting come out of at least 174 chicks.
Have you ever had sex with two women in one day?
Yes, unfortunately.
And that's where I'll be like, we can't like double-edged sword it. Is that the right term? Double-edged sword? Yeah.
Yes. However, some of these responses,
the responses are nuts.
But nuts, bro.
Your sex with two different women in one day. Do you think it's equally as nuts?
It's disgusting. Here's the thing. I'm not one of them. I'm very, very understanding and very sexually liberated. So I understand all of that shit. But it's certain shit. It's disgusting when men do it.
Yeah.
It's extra disgusting when women do this shit.
I don't think it's extra disgusting. I think it's equally as disgusting.
So it's not extra disgusting when the chick is like, oh yeah, when I had sex with my baby dad after fucking my boss, it was extra wet, but it was my boss's nut.
But you got niggas that'll like fuck a chick then go home and fuck their wife.
Yeah, but it's levels to this. It's Meek made this. The reason why Levels is Meek's greatest song is because there's no real shit in life. Yes, we could commit the same crime, but it's levels to this shit.
I get different jurisdictions.
It's different jurisdictions.
I get you that.
It's manslaughter 1, 2, 3 for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, if you go and fuck your boss and you come home with your pussy filled with nut and come fuck me, that's different than me just fucking like some random chick.
No, yeah, you drunk.
You're
like,
tripping.
Yeah, you cheating.
Yeah, you're taking it too far.
I give you that one.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like the concept of it overall is like, it's not surprising to me. But the joint where it's like, oh yeah, I fucked 4 niggas in one day, and I'm just like,
GLIZZYMANIA. It's like
you're a maniac.
Yeah.
Like you might need to see somebody.
Yeah. Like when you get to that point, it's like, yeah,
you got a white liver. Like nothing can please you. Like if you need 4 different shots in one day, there is no man that can please you. Lexington still can't please you.
Somebody courted this nigga saying you got a white liver. Shit.
Like straight up. Like I don't understand this shit.
Oh, white liver.
I have to read some of these fucking these answers, man. So first one, yeah, my baby dad's friend, best day ever. I clearly picked the wrong one to have a kid with. So that was pretty tame. Yes, and they were cousins. Yes, and when I got home, my man asked why I was so wet, but it was my side nigga's nut. Now, this is where we start to go off a cliff. Okay? It was my birthday. I spent the night with my ex and the day with my boyfriend, respectfully. 2 teammates on the same team on the same day. Ball is life. Now they in the bubble. This nigga says, what team did they play for? We want more details. We never got an answer. Try 3. 1 before the club, 1 in the club, and 1 after the club.
Yeah, 1 in the club is bizarre.
You need handcuffs on you, okay?
Yeah, in the club is wild.
Like, in the club?
1 before the club, after the club, all right. In the club is like, what?
What, man? I fucked my main nigga and side nigga within an hour of each other. Both got good dick. Him and my ex live blocks apart. I just wanted to kill 2 birds in 1 stone. So this bitch is doing motherfucking logistics when how she get hit. Oh yeah, oh man, Earl do live right here. Let me go see what's going on. You home, baby? I need another shot. What? Yes.
Yeah, it does get pretty bad. As I'm thinking about it, as I'm thinking about it more and more, it's like,
sadly, an hour didn't even go by. I know that other nigga tasted the latex. Where are we?
What?
Where are we? Like, yes, and they don't like each other. Been doing this for 10 months now. She's fucking the op.
Yeah.
All the time, I can't help it. My side and baby daddy, I can't choose, so I pick both. Yes, they were play cousins, felt guilty, told my main, got cut off. Honestly, wasn't worth it. Honestly, wasn't worth it. So here we have a reflective one. Yep, fucked my work boo on our lunch break and went home and fucked my main. He said every girl has a work boyfriend. The more niggas you fuck in a day, the tighter and wetter it gets.
Oh.
That was a response. I slept with my boss to get a raise and went home to cuddle with my man at night.
Well, that one ain't, you know.
You gotta get it. You gotta get it how you live.
Yeah, like,
fuck my boyfriend, then pulled up to his op house 3 hours later.
yeah, the op shit is the thing that bothers me a lot. Like, don't do that.
Like, what? Yes, and had scratches on my neck from him choking me. Told my man it was from my friend's cat.
It'd be wild though, because it's like, we don't need any more of them.
I know, this is the best one. I've had sex with 4 guys within a span of 8 hours. 2 were at the same time, and I even got DVP'd. DVP'd, for those of you out there,
double vaginal penetration. That's the problem with glizzy. That's what I mean.
See what I'm saying?
Now you got double glizzy. That's crazy. Double vaginal
glizzy. So that means it's glizzy on glizzy action.
Glizzy on glizzy.
Niggas be too horny.
Niggas be too horny. Cause like double penetration is the ass and the pussy. All right, not all right, but it's like I'm not. That's
better than that.
It's like that's crazy, but it's just like the double vaginal Jones was like when y'all like figuring out logistics. It's like, all right, you put your glizzy on my glizzy. We one glizzy.
We gonna be one
mega glizzy.
We gonna get the cock ring and we gonna put it down at the bottom of the glizzy.
This is by far the most ridiculous episode.
Like what, man? Like, niggas is putting glizzies together like Voltron.
Hand me the duct tape.
Oh, you want the big dick? All right.
Niggas is gorilla glue in the glizzies.
We gonna gorilla glizzy this bitch.
What? Double vaginal penetration is the craziest shit on earth.
Sick.
That's wild. That's a wild joint. And it's crazy because there's people that probably do that shit.
On the regular.
Did Taylor just scream?
I just can't take listening to this anymore.
The imagery. It's sick.
My homie said that he was out one night at the bar. He's like, I went to the bar after work, chilling, minding my business, whatever. He's like, this white couple started talking to me and was like, you know, just all friendly and let's get you a drink and da-da-da. He's like, then the night he was like, yeah, man, you know, we're like, you know, we're into the whole swinger thing, you know, da-da-da-da. My wife finds you attractive. He's like, what the fuck is going on? He's like, dog, I wouldn't have accepted the Sam Adams.
You could have kept the old dudes.
Yeah. So they was trying to take him home and have a fucking night. He was like, nah, I'm cool. I ain't with all
get your head chopped off.
Yeah, boy done tied you up. Now he glizzying you. You're looking around like, what?
Like what the fuck happened? Yeah, no, that shit happened to my man. He was in Miami. He had the pool with his girl or whatever. He says another black couple on the opposite end of the pool. He says, so a drink come over. They send one back. Another drink come over. They send one back. He said, next thing, homeboy comes swimming. Homeboy comes swimming across the pool.
It's funny as shit.
Like, damn, what's going on, bro? How you doing, man? Yeah, no, listen, man, y'all like a good looking couple and shit. Yo. You know, you can hit mine, I hit yours. Like, what's going on? He said, nah, I'm gonna have to pass, bro. Yo. They broke up a couple months later. He was like, man, I should have did that.
Glizzy Mania is crazy. We got like 9 different titles to this episode.
It's definitely gonna be Side PUA / Glizzy Mania.
Yeah. I wanna do something that's actually like kind of like away from all of that and like actually pretty
about
decent.
Something.
Yeah. Kim Kardashian has made it her mission now to free C Murder.
Absolutely.
How did you feel about the end of the rush via No Limit Chronicles?
I thought it was good. I mean, I think that the No Limit Chronicles in general was an excellent documentary. I think that, you know, for all the good that P has done, he's definitely fucking kind of delusional when it comes to like how the label ended. And he just refuses to accept that, like, nah, bro, y'all had the greatest fall off in history. And and you know, he just caught a lot of bad breaks though.
I don't even know if they had the greatest fall off, because I feel like to a certain extent the height or the pinnacle of it was kind of a little smoke and mirrorish.
They overachieved.
Because he was basically doing all of that shit with the pre-sale of the albums and then getting the money on the upfront tip. So it was like, released 23 albums and then 8 of them platinum, 8 of them gold. But in reality, them shits didn't even like sell because they were going back to the, you know, distributors.
Right.
A lot of goofy shit that went on. But yeah, they overachieved to a certain extent, you know. And then he never was really cool with Birdman and Slim. I think they highlighted that in the whole. The one thing I kind of want BET to stop doing is the fake visuals of all the different.
The reenactments.
The reenactments of like the fake P and the fake baby and
the fake C Murder was crazy.
The fake Romeo was wild as shit. It was just like, we don't need that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, at the end of it, it highlighted, you know, how basically they railroaded C Murder.
Railroaded Mac.
Railroaded C Murder. You know, Mystical had his goofy shit, you know, whatever.
Yo, do y'all know the details of what Mystical did to go to jail the first time?
No.
Okay.
I know the basis, but not the details.
Right. The gory
Blackmail with the glitz.
Mystical.
Some glizzy. Here we go. We right back.
More glizzy talk. Mystical. Mystical is the craziest nigga of all time.
He said he'd come in the room with the glizzy in his hand.
Mystical had a personal assistant that was working for him. He found out that the girl was stealing from him. If you had a personal assistant, you're a successful multi-platinum rapper, you find out a girl stealing from you, what do?
Fire her.
Fire. Contact your accountant. Contact your lawyer. File charges. You know what Mystical did? Mystical called a private meeting at his hotel, held the girl at gunpoint, and made her suck him and his bodyguard off, and then proceeded to have sodomy with her against her will. That's why Mystical went to jail for that. However,
I knew it was a sodomy charge.
Yeah. So he held the girl at gunpoint, gun to her head, and made her have a double glizzy with a side of sodomy. That's what the fuck Mystical did to go to jail the first time.
Yeah, I was saying it on I think I posted on IG a couple months ago. It was like, when you really listen to Shake It Fast,
it's the sickest song
it's the
of all
wild.
time.
The shit went 7 times platinum and was nominated for a Grammy.
With my dick in my hand. Don't make me leave with my foot in your ass. Be cool.
Be cool. Like, don't. Like,
if
be
you
cool.
show up with your glizzy in your hand, like, the last thing I'm doing is being cool.
He said, I got that fire like Hayat. Like, what? He said, stop you crying, heifer. I don't need all that. Mystical was bugging on that song.
Sick, man.
Pimp is back. Nigga was wildin'. That song is crazy as shit.
Produced by one of the three greatest production duo, the greatest production duo, one of the 3 greatest producers of all time.
That shit went 7 times platinum, man. We love that song.
He literally love it.
That's why I don't like why y'all be tripping off WAP. It's like we was singing the most ridiculous shit on earth as youngins.
Yeah, I was watching Joe Budden podcast. Maul was trying to make a case that WAP was the raunchiest song of all time, and I'm like, bro, have you never heard any Uncle Luke's catalog? Bro?
Like, I literally said the other day, I'm like, I was 7-year-olds talking about Andrew even lick my balls. Like, he was 7 singing that shit.
I had to play that shit at the lowest volume ever.
He's harmonized it. I have never met a girl.
Rest in peace to Nate Dogg. It's Nate Dogg's birthday.
Yeah, Nate Dogg's birthday today. But yeah, like I was saying before we went off the rails with the glizzy, they highlighted C Murder going to jail for a homicide, second degree murder that he didn't commit. They were in a
teenager.
Teenager got shot, whatever. And the interesting part about it was, in New Orleans, Louisiana at the time, when they went to the actual trial and the verdict, they found him 10-2 guilty. Yeah. In reality, he should have got a hung jury.
Yeah.
But in Louisiana, it was like the only state at the time where they could convict you
with 10 jurors.
and it's the most insane shit ever. The key witness of the joint, he was a moron. I don't know if you like really,
the security boy.
He was just retarded.
He definitely ratted and tried to make it seem like he didn't.
I don't want to use the term retarded, but it's like there's some type of something with this. Because he was like, I literally was like, yeah, he didn't shoot nobody. His hands was up. So I came off the stand after telling him he shot the boy. I was like, what type of Rick James shit is this?
So I went down for the interview and they was like, you recognize any of these right here? And I was like, yeah, that's the murder right here. Sign on the back and then go home. So that's like, you know, next thing I know, they talking about see murder, arrested for murder. Like, I'm like, whoa. And then I testified against the nigga because he did the murder. Like, wait a minute.
He was like, I said him, no, see murder had his hands up because I held him. He had his hands up. He ain't had no gun. So it's like, yeah, I told him he had the gun. And, you know, I can't believe they convicted him. I was like, what? Like, it's just the most moronic story I've ever heard in my life. But they basically railroaded C Murder. And, you know, he's been in jail now for what? What year was that?
At least 14.
I was about to say, was that 06?
Yeah, like
05, 06?
Yeah, somewhere in there, like 14, 15 years already.
So, you know, he's been in crazy. He's in jail with Mac. Like, he be taking pictures with Mac and shit. And, so Kim Kardashian just let off a whole bunch of tweets the other day that's her new 2009. 2009, thank
2009.
You. That's Big Dan. Good job. You know what I'm saying?
We need Big Dan here every
week. We need Big Dan here all the time with his camera. This is gonna be your thing, Dan. You got nothing else to do. It's like, so yeah, it's like
PUA stuff.
Yeah, this is how filling out food. The fucking but yeah, like you figure Kim Kardashian let off a series of tweets where she's like, basically, you know, bringing awareness to the railroading, bringing awareness to the 10-2 jury, bringing awareness to the fact that the main witness is recanted, and, you know, basically like, oh no, I was forced to because I was scared of fucking prosecution from the police and da-da-da-da-da, and, you know, I guess it's her new mission now to where she like, I'm getting C Murder out. And then Monica, you know, made a whole bunch of big, and people like, well, where'd she come from? And I'm like, yo, Monica was like, see, that were like, together, like that was like her. They were in love. You know what I'm saying?
That was her real husband.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Before what's his name?
Rocco and Shannon Brown.
She do got a kid with Rocco. How about it? Yeah. How about it? Yeah, damn. I was thinking about Shannon Brown. Yeah, she do got a kid with Rocco. But and it's so wild because my homie the other day, he texted me and was like, everybody uses the whisper shit now we use. He's like, whispers. Ain't nobody mad at Kim K this week. You notice that? And I'm like, dog, like, and it's wild because if Kim K would have posted pictures in her Skims or a naked picture, internet would have went berserk. Oh, you ain't no Beyonce, break the internet. She don't got to get naked and all this crazy shit. Here you got Kim K trying to get a down south legend. Like, think about how wild that is. Like Kim Kardashian trying to free C Murder.
Yeah. But here's the crazier part, right? So Kim put the tweets out, whatever. You go underneath the tweets and shit. And the second tweet, or might have been the first tweet she put out, was saying, I'm working along with these lawyers, blah, 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 blah. And then you go underneath it, and then you got some chicks talking about, she don't even give credit to the legal people that she working with. I'm like, they're tagged right there. Well, she ain't doing the work. She just the face. I said, people are like, are you dumb? Like, she said several times, she needs them, they need her. She's the face of the shit. They do all of the legal work and blah, blah, blah behind the scenes. She's the public advocate with a huge platform. What more do y'all want from a person that's the most famous person alive? Like, other than using it for fucking social reform and social justice?
I was going to say, whispers, Kim could do nothing.
She can literally do nothing.
You know that, like,
she can do nothing and block all you niggas. Like,
I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. How many people have they like got out already?
Like 9, I think.
I was about to say 9 or 10. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Y'all can get mad at me if you want. Oprah ain't free 9 people.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Gail ain't free 9 people. Cicely Tyson ain't free 9 people. Like, it is what it is. It's like y'all get mad at these people when it's like, oh, well, they don't do this and they don't do that, but then it's like they're literally freeing people who are locked up away from their families for 10, 15, 20 years.
Overturning life
sentences and getting them home, and y'all still like, fuck out of here. And it's like,
yeah, you can't. Some people are just curmudgeons. You can't make them happy. It's nothing that you could do. It's like they've made their mind up that they are anti-Kardashian, they are anti-Kim Kardashian West, and they are just going to just fight tooth and nail no matter what amount of good that she do. But at the end of the day, she's really doing the fucking work.
Yeah, doing it. Like,
really doing it.
When I saw the tweets, I'm just like, oh wow, because I just see murder, you don't expect to see that from Kim Kardashian.
Right.
But it's just like, I guess.
Like, he was worth $400 million at one time. They didn't threw everything that they could at his case in terms of appeals and this and this, and none of it worked. And now Kim Kardashian is like, oh no, we figured it out. We got the legal strategy to pursue this shit.
It'd be deep. It'd be decent to see him get out. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna happen.
It would be wild. It would be nice to see. You know what I'm saying? CC Murder back out in the streets. Back. We
just gotta keep him out of the streets. Keep him out of the CP3. Like, we need you out of the Calio project.
Yeah, no more nightclubs called shit like the Viper. You know what I'm saying?
Viper Room.
Yeah, none of that shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, we can see Murder home and keep him.
The smoke a nigga spot.
Kamala being vice president or Drake's new single?
Drake's new single.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I want to have Kev come up here.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get Kev up here next week because
he's a super Kamala advocate.
Super duper Kamala advocate.
And we gonna argue.
I think he has like an autograph from her, and
we gonna argue.
I figured
we might rumble.
I figured
because between him and Rich, Philly the boss, I don't know who's more of a Kamala advocate. And Rich was a Bernie supporter, and somehow, some way, he's gotten on the Kamala train, and I'm fucking lost.
I love the video with the senator coming at Kamala at the and they put the ether beat to it. Did you see that? Fucking great. That was excellent.
She went to the convention is this week, and she's like, I nominate Bernie Sanders. She's like, I'm not with none of this fuck shit that y'all on. I'm nominating Bernie Sanders. Fuck y'all.
We'll save Kamala. We're gonna try to get Kev here next week. Kev, you listening? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get back up. You're coming for your second show. So the best commercial I've seen all week, though. Have you seen the joint where Joe Biden is like snapping off on people in the 80s like, you ain't as smart as me, motherfucker. I got a... you ain't seen it?
No.
It's Joe Biden at some, like, I don't know where he's at, but it's from C-SPAN. That's how long ago the shit was. And Joe Biden is like, you don't have the mental fortitude or the IQ that I have. I went to school on a full scholarship, graduated with 3 degrees at the top of my class. Then it's the bull... what's the boy look like? Star Trek? Look like Spock from Star Trek?
I know you're talking
about. I forgot his name. Jesus Christ. But it's him. Like, Joe Biden says these things, but he actually went to school on a partial scholarship. He graduated with 1 degree like everyone else. And he graduated at the bottom of his class. And it didn't joke like, this is who y'all want running? I'm like, Joe Biden. I was telling my Levi, I'm like, yo, Joe Biden, like he got a lot of he got just as much nonsense and said just as much crazy things as Trump. That's the craziest part.
I will say this about the Kamala Joe ticket. When I saw it, I said, all this ensures is that we getting 4 more years of Trump.
I said the same thing the other day. I'm like, I don't know.
The Democratic Party had 8 fucking years of Barack to produce a next dynamic candidate, on top of 4 years of Trump to produce a dynamic candidate. And they've so far come out with 2 fossils like Hillary and Joe Biden.
If we want to keep it a being, the Democratic Party is Rockefeller. Like, Obama was Jay, and then y'all just gave us like Bleak and Sauce Money.
And diamonds in the rough.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, then at the end y'all sign like Old Dirty Bastard, MOP, and shit like that. It's just like, Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? It's just, like you said, y'all had 12 years to like, y'all could have groomed The Rock. You know what I'm saying? Like, because The Rock can do anything. Y'all could have groomed 2 Chainz.
You could have groomed Kevin Hart.
Real shit. Y'all could have
Kevin Hart is the most inspirational motherfucker I've ever seen in the history of life.
So they gave Kevin Hart, Nike gave him a Run With Heart campaign. It still doesn't make sense.
You a nigga from North Philly that tell jokes. Like, how do you have a fucking marathon campaign?
How do you have sneakers? Shit is crazy. But it's like, yeah, the Democratic Party had all this time to just find somebody who was just that polarizing.
Yeah. Somebody smart, somebody charismatic, somebody that people would aspire to look to be like, somebody that people would believe in. Mm-hmm. And they dug up Joe Biden was out of politics.
Yeah.
They dug him up out of the ground like, yo, Grandpa Joe, get out the home. We gonna be about to make a run. Yeah. A run where?
Like, honestly, Joe Biden running for the president right now, it's like Kingdom Come. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. It's like, it's a comeback, but not really. And it's just
the comeback we didn't ask for.
Yeah, and it just I hate this feeling like going to vote, and I'm just like, I'm gonna vote for him just cause. That's how I be feeling at times. Like, even in the last election, I voted for Hillary's like just cause.
I remember being in fucking in Jolly's West watching this shit, and I'm like, this nigga's about to win. Like, them electoral college votes was coming in, and I was like, damn, Hillary, you really botched this shit. Yeah. Then they started talking about all the states she was supposed to campaign in that she didn't go to, Michigan, Minnesota, this, and this, and I'm just like, yeah, y'all just thought y'all had it in the fucking bag, man. Y'all shit the bed. So it's gonna be 4 more years of Trump. So
we're gonna save it though. Next week we'll bring Kev up and we'll have an entire discussion about it. Drake's new single. What you got?
I love it. I've played it no less than probably like 100 times.
I said it the other day. How many times have y'all played the song? I think I'm at like 75.
Yeah, like I've played it at least 100 times. I just think it's a difference. It's like Drake is showing you like album Drake versus like playlists, demo tapes, more life Drake. Like it's levels. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And he just got his finger on what the fuck is going on and what people want to hear, and just throwing Durk in there for that 8-12 bars, whatever it is it just cements his place with so much of the youth.
I saw Durk tweet the other day, Siri, play the #1 song in the world. And I'm just like, what's crazy is like, and it's dope to see a little Chicago nigga get to the point where it's like, he about to have a #1. That song's gonna be #1 next week.
For sure.
There's no way around
it. And it's gonna stay #1. It's not gonna be like all these other records that's going #1 and then dropping to 87 and all of that shit. It's not one of them type of situations. Like Drake records get on the chart and stick on the fucking chart.
The song it's already in commercials. When you hear the fucking backdrop of the basketball shit, Dame was dancing to the shit last night during the Lakers. It's the song is phenomenal. It's a great record. The video is awesome. Did you realize he did it at the Nike headquarters? Yeah. So he did it on the Nike.
Drake put Lil Durk in a Nike commercial.
Oh. like
he had the 2 fucking Maybach Maybach Visions.
Yeah,
the red and the blue one. They only have a red and a blue one. Yeah. He had both of them.
Like, it's just, the video's phenomenal. He got KD, Marshawn Lynch, Odell Beckham,
Drewski, the comedian.
Yeah, that was Drew. Damn, how about it? Yeah, like, it's dope. You know what I'm saying? And the song, like I said it earlier, it's like, it's so many quick little double entendres and one-liners that you just really like not catching in the joint. And then the line that everybody keeps like just reiterating and going over and over is Durk saying, "Please do not play that little boy in the club because we do not listen to rats." And of course he's talking about 6ix9ine. And I saw you got on here the whole Akon shit. Yeah. So just to like subdivision the Drake shit, where are you at with Akon right now? What's crazy is when 6ix9ine was running down the street the other day in Beverly Hills, I didn't even realize Akon was with him. Did you peep that?
I didn't even peep that.
When 6ix9ine got in the truck, and the security was standing around the truck, motherfuckers was like, "Akon, man, what the fuck is you doing?" And he just like, "Hey, man, you know how I go, man. 6ix9ine, man, King of New York, you know." And I'm just like,
what?
What? Like,
my issue with Akon is a very simple, concise issue. Akon, as a figurehead, represents everything that's wrong with the streets. Where you have stand-up niggas that did their time, didn't tell, went to jail, got real street niggas around them, and they are advocating for rats because they popping or they got money or they got a platform. And it's niggas in the street that's playing that game, and then when they go to jail, everybody's surprised. And it's like, your 4 best friends total 38 niggas. Like, so it's like one of them situations. So if he represents that on a national scale, and his whole thing is, well, I'm trying to impute some knowledge to 6ix9ine, and it's like, no, bro, you trying to get musically relevant again, and you trying to use it through him because he has a counterculture of 200 million fans that don't know who you are. So you trying to play double dutch and tap into both audiences. The issue with Akon is basically like he represents the worst part of what's going on in the streets right now, but on like a national level. And he's like really fighting for his right to like hang with a rat. And it's just like the most confusing thing ever because, again, Akon, you got jammed up in a situation years ago. You went to jail for 3 years for your part in a auto theft ring in Newark, New Jersey. You, your other 2 best friends, y'all all went to jail. Nobody told. So it's just like, why are you running with this whole narrative of what Danny created of, yeah, niggas fuck my baby mom, they stole my money, and this, like, it's all lies, and it's all been like shown in like court paperwork that it's like bullshit. And the fact that like he had his own list of charges, and people that advocate for him never talk about what he was charged with. They always, well, Shotty fucked his baby mom, he stole 94 million from him, and it's like none of that never happened.
I thought the baby mom shit was pretty accurate.
She denied it. Shotty denied. Like, everybody's denying it. He's the only one telling the story. And even if so, you beat the shit out of your baby mom on several occasions. If she was going to fuck somebody, she really kind of had the right to, because you was knocking her upside the head without the presence of her even fucking around on you.
You're right.
You was just waking up, coming home like, hey, bitch, wake up, and knocking her the fuck out. Time to go back to sleep, you know what I'm saying? Like, that sort of shit. So the whole thing is just like, people that advocate for him, it's not a street thing, it's a morality thing. He doesn't have no moral code as a man, and then he wants to come out and troll people, and he's still on the same shit he was on before. But you running around with SWAT and the Israeli National Guard. You fucking right, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to you. But niggas still press you in LA. Niggas still press you in Harlem. You tried to pull up at that restaurant, they made you get the fuck out, because at the end of the day, security can't just go around shooting shit up. They gotta play defense.
Right.
So you at a disadvantage, and it's like they showing you the highlights. They got real slick video. We went to the Nipsey mural. You was there for 32 seconds.
Going to the Nipsey mural was bizarre.
You playing games with that LA niggas are different.
That was a little, and. Because I tried to play devil's advocate the other day, and I failed. I failed. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, I failed. I just failed. Because I'm like, we all like Nipsey and love Nip, and, you know, understand that his demise was just untimely, just terrible. Yeah. Everything about it was just awful. And I tried to play well, damn, you know, you being just a human in hip-hop culture, you should have the right to grieve but it's just knowing what you know about him and seeing what you've seen about him, you know it's not, and knowing genuine. That when he was alive, he didn't fuck with you, right? And just knowing that you going there isn't a genuine, like, what's crazy is, because Nip was a 60, 8-Tray Crip could go there and make a video, or a Blood nigga could go there and make a video, and it would feel almost like there'd be more genuineness to it. Absolutely. You understand what I'm saying? Then we know you going there is to show, I go where I want. I'm at the Nip Memorial. I'm at the Nip mural. And it's just like, that, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, why even do that? So where you had, like, LA niggas, like, pissed. Like, and LA is a tricky place because it's Hollywood, but it's still the streets. Right. And all it takes is one wrong turn down an alley, and now you boxed in, and then there's some whole other shit going on. You know what I'm saying? And in a split second, nobody can save you. We saw what happened with Alonzo in the fucking Russian. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit happens every day in places like LA and Chicago and shit like that, where motherfuckers just blatantly just don't give a fuck. We see it here. Yeah. We had 4 murders yesterday. See what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers just be not giving a fuck, and it's like, yo, if he would have came home and been telling a different story, because we called it as far as he gonna be bigger than he was before, and he is. We knew that, but if he would have came home telling a different story, he would have got motherfuckers on his side. But the fact that you still popping shit, and I'm doing this, and I'm at lunch with $1 million in a book bag, and this and this and this, it's like, yo, all that's posturing, and you playing games for real. And Kevin Gates put a video up the other day. I'm in DC. I'm on a block where they had 28 murders the other day. I'm by myself. Let me see you do it by yourself. I'm on my way to Baltimore right now. I got situations out there. Let me see you do it by yourself. You can't. You faking. Yeah, I mean, clearly, you know that. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Gates in Southeast DC taking 9 million pictures with no security. Like, it's not the same sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, he's just playing a lot of games. And why somebody like Akon, that is an established artist, that is a legend in his own right, broke all type of records, #1 records, this and this, made one of the greatest street songs of all time. You want to be a part of that because you an old washed up nigga? Like, it's weird. Yeah, it's definitely weird. It's weird as shit. And his whole point is, well, I'm trying to impute some knowledge in this. No, you're not. What are you talking about? Yeah. You don't do that by making a song. That's a phone call. That's a pull up. That's not you on promo tour with the nigga. Yeah. Like that. You looking for clout. You looking for attention. Yeah, but it's bizarre. Like the whole shit with him getting off the plane, carrying all the money, and then he was down at think he was at Santa Monica Pier or some shit like that, walking around, and people was taking pictures. Little kids is like hype because it's 6ix9ine, and rainbow hair, and so for them it's like, oh shit. But then you got like niggas is like, man, what the fuck, like and then they start the shit where it's like, all right, yeah, you kind of gotta get the fuck out of this restaurant. You kind of gotta get down this block and get back to the truck, And niggas is like asking the security, like, yo, how much y'all getting paid for this shit? And it's like you say, the nutty part with being a security guard, at least now with all the because I know a motherfucker who's a security guard that killed a nigga. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, no cameras, you can play offense a little bit. But like, yeah, you 100% on defense.
When you running around with Daniel Hernandez, everything is on camera.
Everything. So it's like you 100% on defense.
And every angle of it is on camera.
If you punch a nigga, like what Ross say,
punch in the face get you 300K.
You know what I'm saying? Jay said it can't even steal on a nigga. Motherfuckers are sue. It's just what it is. So you constantly on defense, and don't nobody want to be constantly on, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to do that.
That's a crazy security detail to take on.
That's a crazy John accept.
And it's a 24/7. You can't have a life to take that job. So whatever you getting paid, 300, 500 hour, whatever you getting paid, you can't even have a life. Like, you're married to that situation. You can't have a wife and a kid. You can't have a girl.
It's nuts.
You're married to Daniel Hernandez for X amount of time, however long this contract is.
Shit is bizarre, man. But it's just like, it's wild to see. I was thinking about it the other day. Did you see the guy that got a fuck 6ix9ine tattoo?
Oh, Slim 400.
Yeah, that's
too much energy.
That was a little bizarre.
He's living rent free in your head at that point. Like, that's too much.
That's a little bizarre.
You lost.
Yeah.
He thought he did some thorough shit. And it's like, I ain't gonna hold you.
We took it out. I ain't gonna hold you.
I ain't gonna hold you. We took it out. It's one of them jobs.
Yeah, you gotta get that. You gotta go get a panther or something. You gotta get that joint covered up. Remember all the old school bitches at Panthers? Yeah, you gotta go get a panther or something. Like, that joint is bizarre. But like, yeah, Dirk dissed him, and it's crazy. Like, 6ix9ine had a number 1. It's wild to think he came home, had a number 3, then really had a number 1 record, and we called it. He was gonna be larger than what he was. And that is to me a little like, this nigga really pulled off a number 1 record on fucking house arrest, you know what I'm saying? On some just federal fucking parole from snitching. And shit is crazy as fuck.
But the way that they did it got called under question because they basically was like 40% of his streams came from paid advertising. They like, that's the most in history. And that's why the record went from, so once the budget gets cut from, we gonna spend $92 million to push this bitch to number 1 to $8 million. Now it goes from number 1 to number 87.
I think it went from number 1 to 13 after the first week, and then it dropped out of 20. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So it's just like it's all manufactured. It's all about like making this look a certain way.
But like if think about like fraud, you know how that shit work. Like the Rolex fake, but if it pulled a bitch,
you won.
Mission accomplished. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at the end of the day, he could pop shit to me. Yeah. So he ain't gonna be able to say that to Dirk no more about the whole number 1 record. It's over. Dirk's really about to have an established number 1. Yeah. And my homie the other day was like, "Do you really think it's going?" I'm like, the way number 1 records work now, it's like the record drops. 24 hours, you'll know where it's going to be at just off of Apple and Spotify. Yeah. But once the YouTube shit kicks in and it's like the number 1 video on all 3 of those,
and you number 1 trending on YouTube,
and like just the Twitter shit, I'm like, it's going to be the number 1 record.
It would be impossible for that record not to go number 1 because the formula is out there. We know how to do it. If 6ix9ine,
we saw it with what?
If 6ix9ine can go number 1 with 0 radio play and no support from playlists and still Brody at number 1,
right?
Drake and Dirk is going number 1. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just nothing to talk about. Like, it's going number 1. So Akon is strange. He was on Vlad. Vlad called him out about the shit. He was on live with my song. My song told him, "You look crazy, bro." Like, if don't nobody tell you, I'm gonna tell you, you look crazy.
I saw a video of my song the other day where he was talking about 6ix9ine. He was just like, You just go do your corny shit for your corny fans. Why are you doing? Like, why are you going to Nip Mural? Like, why? Like, I don't even understand. What's crazy is you could have done the whole LA Joan and just not done that.
Yeah, skip that part.
There was just no reason to do that, and that's the part where for me it's just like, all right, like there's no genuineness to it. There's nothing about this as you being genuinely mourning Nipsey. It's just stupid. It just doesn't make sense. But like we said, it's gonna, it's gonna, because if you look at the video before that, 10,000 comments. The video after that, 10, 11,000. That video has like 60,000 comments. And it's just like, you know what you're doing in that.
We've said this a million times on this show. He understands the internet probably better than any artist
we've ever seen.
Ever. Like, he knows exactly what's going to get the reaction. He know exactly what I got to, and even if I got to put myself in danger for a minute or 2 minutes to get the clip, I'm getting the clip. Like, so that part about it, I respect. But at the same token, it's just like
when he had the whole shit with
when your luck run out, then what?
With Chief Keef
and all the O Block at 44 in the morning.
He posts the video in O Block. That turns around to him being on Breakfast Club, and Charlemagne like, yeah, but they said you was only there for 60 seconds. He was like, no, it was 30 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like, he understands that shit to where it's like, yeah, he can make mountain out of molehills. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to a lot of the little shit. So, I don't want to see. I don't want to see nothing happen to the nigga because I know.
I don't think nothing gonna happen to him because everybody knows you're going to jail for 92 million
That's more
years.
so where I'm at is like if something does happen to him, that's just another life lost to this. Because I don't want nobody to just get besides themselves and just overly hype and do some shit where they run him over or nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? Just cause it's like it's gonna be on tape. Yes. Them cameras is rolling all the time. You know what I mean? So it's fucked up. And that's where like my one homie was saying the other day, he a nigga, he did 5 years in the feds, and he was talking about it was like the fucked up part with it is like how motherfuckers like, cause he's like, I see a lot of little talk on the net. He don't really do the net, but he, niggas, I don't do the internet shit. I be on there though. Like,
I'm on a nigga page.
Yeah.
On a nigga with 8 followers page.
Yeah. And he was saying how he basically was like, I see the talk like, oh, y'all ain't gonna do nothing to the nigga, so why y'all care and this and the third. And he's like, it's just a different atmosphere just all around the world where like you really, motherfuckers they do shootings and stabbings and all this shit whole time not aware that the camera over there was rolling or the camera on that apartment building or the camera on the cleaner.
License plate.
And so he's like, it's almost a fucked up predicament for motherfuckers to be in because they essentially can't. You almost gotta like be willing to throw your life away to go do something.
You gotta be willing to go be the man in jail if you do something to Danny. That's just what it is.
That's just the reality.
You have to be willing to go up top to Rikers or Greatest for wherever the fuck you end up going and be the man in jail and do 47,000 years.
Mandatory death penalty.
Dang. Oh, you kill it in federal informant?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So now the stakes is even higher. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I didn't even think about it. You're absolutely right.
It's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do. So,
and it's just fucked up because I think he just knows that, and he knows it's all or nothing.
Say what you will about him. Smart as a mother.
Smart as a mother.
Smart as a whip.
He understands the all or nothing aspect.
He understands what he need to understand. He's an A+ in what he need to be an A+ in.
Like if somebody kill me, they get in the needle. So you got to be willing to chalk that shit and throw it away. And he was like, like my boy was saying, 99.9% of with the PUA and that niggas ain't throwing that shit away right now. They got money coming in. They got jeans. It's like, dog, maybe next year when the money run out and the jeans
when they take this 400 out.
And it just ain't nobody chalking their life for him.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Nah. Like the crazy part is even motherfuckers from that whole little set from that area, it's like that whole, because what's gonna happen is same shit like Nicky Barnes with Guy Fisher, same shit like him with the alleged shit with Shotty. You gonna go to jail, niggas gonna start fucking your BM, fucking your bitch. Sure. And the money gonna stop showing up on your commissary, and eventually
you gonna lose twice.
You just a forgotten soul. So it's like, it ain't too many motherfuckers like C Murder where you got a brother that's worth 300 and motherfuckers is fighting for you to get the fuck out. Seriously, that's just the reality of it. Like
C Murder had a pill in every year since he been locked the fuck up.
Dog, like my oil was telling me, he was like, because he was in it 5 years, he's like, you watch motherfuckers come into jail, and not everybody, but a nice amount. They come to jail, that first time they allowed to have a visit, everybody there. That next time they allowed to have a visit, everybody there. That third, fourth visit, it's his mom and his BM there and his brother. Then the fourth, fifth visit, it's his BM and his mom. Then the sixth, seventh visit, it might be his mom, might be his BM. Then you see the Joan was like, he up for a visit, don't even leave his bunk. And he was like, that's just the reality of that shit from up. Especially you hold off, you in the feds, they'll put you in Idaho, Hawaii.
Man, listen, they locked my man up, right, from Southwest. They locked this nigga up He got sentenced federally. They made him drive himself to Indiana to turn himself in to go to federal prison in Indiana. Yeah. Oh. They play all type of mind.
When he got booked, because he was on house arrest, and he got out, put the house up, was on house arrest, whatever. Wound up, the whole conviction went through. He basically took a deal, whatever, and he had to go do 4. And he was like, part of his joint, his lawyer requested that they put him in Jersey. Be close to his family. Whatever.
You want to go to Jersey? No problem.
Yeah, they got the paperwork back. He was like, Virginia? Damn. No.
That's the type of games they play. Yeah. Like,
he said on that airplane scary. I got to the airport, at like the Con Air joint. I got duct tape on the wing.
Oh, man.
I like airplane. I got 3 years.
Dog. So it's just like, you really got to be willing to throw your life away. And I think he understands ain't nobody going to do that. So if it's all or nothing, why not go out here and still try to run this money up, walk around with 3 goddamn Richard Millies on and do all this shit? The nigga was sitting at a restaurant with a mill in a bag. Just like,
bag.
For what? You know what I'm saying? Like, just for what? So it's like he understands that all or nothing aspect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But to close out that whole little joint, I think the song is pretty dope. I'm actually anticipating the album. I was thrown off by the name. Not gonna lie.
I hate it. It's not too late to change it. He's going all in with the theme too.
He has a heart in his hair.
He got a heart cut into his hair. He got the custom Cartier glasses with
his flames. So I ain't gonna hold you.
He got the diamond cut Cardis with the heart cut into them and shit. Like, he going all in with the theme. So it's like, I get it, but it's like, are we getting another Take Care? Like what are we getting from this? Like, I'm anticipating whatever it may be. Because Take Care is arguably his best album. I Like Nothing was the same, but arguably Take Care is his best album. So I'm with it. We're Drake fans on this show, as everybody knows. So it's like, I just like the fact that it's like a lot of people have been writing him off the last few months. All that shit is all in the internet. People are having Drake fatigue because he's been too successful for too long. They ready for something else, and that's just the way people are.
I said it the other day. We was down at the harbor. I was like, my biggest thing with Drake that I'm like kind of over is that Toronto, Canada flow thing he do. Whole South Side on town, don't got mine, gonna be that shit is like annoying to me after a while. But when he gets into the joints like that, where he's just, distance between us is not like a store, this isn't a closable gap. He get into those joints where he's just throwing those little one-liners at you. That's good Drake. Or even when he goes into the like 30 for 30 freestyle, like when he gets on those Jones, or like Did I Lose You, or like them Jones where he's just running off the raps. It's like, that's the shit I want to hear. So that goofy flow shit I'm kind of over. But I'm anticipating the album, and I want to see what it do. His next deal is going to be absolutely
I think it's done on the low, and he's just not talking about
That's kind of because you've noticed though, it's like every song has that licenses shit.
Everything.
Because it did it with this one, and I peeped it. Even with the video, it has that shit. And I'm just like, like he's on
top of his business.
He's not in nothing yet.
So it's like, the thing is, it's like, if you could have a 10, 11 year career prior to all of this, where arguably you were getting fucked. You got all these different hands in your cookie jar taking money. Birdman, Wayne, Universal, J Prince, Jazz Prince, all these motherfuckers is taking bread from you, and you still ran up 300. And then you arguably still got a 10-year career in front of you, and now you probably getting like 90%. Like I would imagine he's probably got a 90-10 split.
Like, I ain't gonna hold you, Drake's gonna end up being like a he's gonna be performing in Vegas till he's like 80. Like, he's gonna end up being like a Tony Bennett.
He'll be somebody that's he's able to punch his own ticket. If he stopped today, he could just decide, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, think about like the whole shit with Pusha or whatever, and all of that fallout, him scrapping Adidas deal and this and this. It worked out better for him in the end with the Nike shit. Nike outfitted the whole fucking last tour with Migos. That was that. Then now this fucking video was basically like a Nike fucking product rollout with all of their star athletes in it. And he got a collab with Chrome Hearts and fucking Nike coming up.
Yeah. It's crazy.
What the fuck?
The rich get richer.
You can't do nothing with him.
Yeah,
you can't do nothing with him, man.
I got nothing else. This show, I'm exhausted. I've laughed more during this show than I think I've ever laughed during any other shows.
So for the people out there that every week they be like, "Oh, this y'all best show." No, this is our fucking best.
This show has been absolutely ridiculous. I don't know what it's going to be called. We'll figure that out in the next 30 seconds. We got 9 titles to this fucking episode. But
it'll be a bunch of slashes.
Yeah, a whole bunch of slashes. You got anything you want to throw out there?
No, not really, man.
People were hitting me the other day. Not Live Nation. What's the place we had the show?
Oh, Punchline.
They're doing outdoor joints. People
I gotta talk to them to figure out exactly how they're doing this and what's the capacity and all of that shit.
I don't want to have.
You don't want to sit on the. You want to sit on the porch?
Yeah, on a stool. I don't want to do that. It's like I don't want to have to deal with the fucking those little red flies that pop up. I don't want to have to deal with. And I sweat bad outside. I'm cool. Like let's just wait till we got air conditioning and indoor space. You know.
Yeah, you know what I've been thinking about all week, just to kind of throw this out there to both of y'all. What the fuck are we gonna do economically when it ain't warm enough for people to sit outside and eat dinner no more?
Very good.
Like,
put on coats. I guess.
Yeah, we got the fire pits outside.
Yeah.
Like they gonna have them big ass.
Probably had them Jones, the security guard.
Yeah, the fucking the heat poles.
The heat
poles. Yeah.
Like the heat towers. Them Jones. They gonna have to do something.
Yeah.
Well, they get the tents and then open them up, convertible.
Yeah.
Or give you the little warmers that they give Eagles fans at the stadium. Jones in front of your hoodie. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Like, it definitely is going to get cold eventually. You can't sit outside. Yeah.
I just talked to my man John that used to own Vanity Grand that owned cheerleaders. He said they just got approved to do a tent in a parking lot. I think it's going to be like a 40-person capacity or something like that. Everybody still got to wear masks, all that old shit. So they going to probably do the heated tent or whatever. So they'll be able to stay open. So I'm guessing everybody else going to probably have to try to do something similar.
And this was at Vanity Grand?
This is at Cheerleaders in South Philly.
Are they going to have dancers in the tent?
Hey, man.
Come on, man.
Hey, man. You got to think, motherfuckers ain't made no money in 5 months.
Dancers in the tent is wild.
Yeah. Hey, man. We gonna see.
I ain't gonna hold you. I want to see that. Just to be like, yeah, I seen the bitches.
I would like to see it.
Yeah, just dancing in the tent. Yeah, that sounds kind of crazy. But yeah, I ain't got nothing else. We gave y'all 2+ hours of content. I think we probably hit 2 hours. Probably right around.
Yeah, we right around there. I'm good, man. We got video today. I don't know when it's gonna be out, but we have it. We'll see.
Trying to take this thing more serious.
Yes,
we got
absolutely.
a good product, and me and Chad talked the other day. We're both ready to sell our souls and everything to quit with the podcast.
Man, I need a Protect. Protects are expensive as shit. Only way I'm getting a Protect is through a podcast deal.
Yeah,
so.
I want a 67 GTO, and it's a lot of other shit I want. So it's just like, at this point, me and Chad, we're ready to sell it
Come
off.
offer us a Suge Knight deal.
Yeah, like, just don't pee on us, and we good. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up. But yeah, we out.
Peace.